there. That's another pipe don't bust it. Okay, I'm trying to sell this house, and the pipe don't bust. The pipe, it was just one of those plastic pipes that go up, and it busted. But it's all good, bro.
We know
It's
it's
all
gonna
good.
happen. We know it's
All
gonna
good.
happen.
I've already called insurance. I just said, well, we just do what we gotta go do. You know what I mean?
That's it. That's it. Ain't nothing to cry
That's it.
about, whine about.
I ain't sweat. You're right. What you just said, I ain't sweating. I ain't crying about it. I just said, well, we know what to do. Hey, that's what you pay insurance for.
Yeah,
It gonna go up anyway.
oh yeah, you gonna go up because of everybody else.
For everybody else.
Everybody
That's
else.
right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, now I ain't gonna lie. Now that insurance is starting to eat me up.
I hear you. I hear you. Well,
That
you
insurance.
have to. I'm some of the guys, some of the places, depending on what it is. You know, everything is higher in Dallas than it is in Shreveport and stuff like that. But some of the things you have to do, you got to monitor that, and the insurance start taking some of the stuff off that you don't need. You know what I mean? So, but you got to be careful of that too, because if something happens to the house that I'm talking about, the duplex, I thought I had water damage in the house. He said, "Well, sir, you don't have that." I said, "You got to be kidding me! I've been paying you for 15 years. I only use it one time, and I don't have water damage. You got to be kidding me!" She said, "No, you don't have." I said, "Okay." So I thought I call. They gonna have FEMA over, so we just do what we gotta go do.
Yeah, it's gonna work out for
Yeah.
the good. It
Hmm.
is what it is.
That's it. That's it. That's
SL,
it.
you came on and come off. You want to show your face and then flash out. You don't know, hey, SL, you don't know Lieutenant Colonel Jones, retired.
No, I I'm not sure I was there when he was there.
Put
No,
your
yeah, that's
face on. Let me see who you are.
Now you're gonna get me in trouble.
hey, that's why. Hey, that's why he turned it. That's why he turned the camera out so fast. That's why he turned the camera out so fast.
Look.
How you
How you
doing? You all
doing?
right?
You
I'm
doing all
doing
right?
good. Yeah, I'm doing wonderful, man. I'm
I'm
doing
surprised you
Okay.
didn't go grab
wonderful.
no cap and put it over your head and do like this.
Yeah, I need to do something to conceal my identity.
I hear
Hey,
you. I
so
hear
so
you.
mentor, meet my other mentor. You know, I got two mentors on here right now. I got a retired one and an active one.
All right. All right.
Hey,
All
we
right.
can.
All right.
As my mom told me, when you get to the point that nobody can tell you anything, she said that's when you know you're a fool. I'm like,
That's
wow,
it.
wow.
That's it.
So I'm
That's
learning
it.
as
Yeah.
well.
So
I'm learning. I'm still learning. Still
hey
learning.
sir, SL, he done been a tech. Hey, you been a tech officer, right?
Oh yeah, down at
Yeah.
the academy.
Yeah, he been a tech officer. He done me. We was at the we was at the
Oh,
drill
drill.
sergeant unit together too, right?
Oh yeah,
377.
yeah.
What now?
He's at 377 with me. After you
Okay.
left,
Okay.
sir, you been
After
gone.
I left. After I
You
left.
been
Okay.
gone.
Okay. All right. All right. All right.
Hey,
All right.
sir, let me take you way back. Guess who I talked to last night?
Who?
Bobby Hall.
You got his number.
Yeah,
I want his number. Text me his number because you know what? I have been thinking about him and thinking about him, but I don't have a number for him. And the
40
last number I
years.
had,
40
huh?
years. He did 40 years.
He did 40 years.
40.
And look, he getting paid more than what his regular check was.
Look,
40
he's so
years.
happy. He in Texas. He in Texas.
Where?
Don't make me lie. He in Texas. I
Okay.
think Longview area.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but he in Texas. Me and my dad and him was on three-way last night. We talked about Shreveport, and he bought a house off of Civic Source. His wife bought a house off Civic Source not too long ago, and
But what now?
we
Civic
talking about
stores.
yeah, so Louisiana has went to Silver Source now.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So you
Okay.
no longer you can buy a tax. So if you buy a tax sale house from the parish or the count or the parish or the city, then they
Right.
can't guarantee you a good title.
Okay.
However, if you pay a couple more $100 and do it through Silver Source, then you get clear title.
Got you. Got you. So they just go and do what you paying for is the title research, basically. They can go ahead and do the title research and get everything cleared. And that's a little bit different in Texas because you have a 2-year program that the first year you have to after 6 months you owe 50%. So if you paid $100, get the taxes, and they after 6 months they owe you 150. After a year it is 100. It's no 25. Then 6 months is 6 months is 50%. 6 months is 25%. A year is 50%. Then 2 years is 100%. So they can't even get the property back. I mean, they can try if they go over that 2 years in one day. It's an act of God trying to get that property back because you've had 2 years to try to get it back. So it's a good way to make some money because you can go there and just sit down and say to pay the people property tax. Don't say that. Sit down and wait. And say, hey, then like say send a letter about a year later. Say, hey, listen, you owe me 50%. I paid $300. You owe me $150. So I mean that's 50% interest right there. That's not bad.
So the city do it for you, or the person got to do it?
You do it yourself. You do it. Now with the city would not give you a a special warranty deed. They'll give you something like you paid for it or whatever. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've done that one. But they don't give. I don't think they give you a special warranty deed.
Okay.
So then the city also sells property itself.
So with this, what we got going with the so Civil Source do it for the whole state of Louisiana, right?
Okay.
And the deal is, from my understanding, don't quote me on this one, but from my understanding is there's so many abandoned homes, so much land, and the city is losing a lot of money off taxes. So this is a way to get folks, just to pay taxes. They don't care about the fact that, they trying to, that's all they care about. They just trying to find some kind of way to collect some revenue.
Tax money. Tax money, that's all they're concerned about. And that's called Civil Source.
Yep.
SILVER.
CIVIL. SOURCES. Source.
Okay. Civil Source. Okay. Civil Source. Okay. I'm gonna look them up and see.
It's the civic. CIVIC.
CIVIC.
Civic Source.
Okay. Civil Source. Okay.
And like I said, it's really. What you get? Go ahead. Look.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's hard to work your way through the records that are on there. So a strategy that I've been considering deploying, I haven't done it, but I'm gonna throw this gem out there. If you do have a virtual assistant, have them go on Civic Source and comb through, because it's a lot of land on there and a lot of landlocked land that you might not want. But once you find a property with a parcel with a structure on it, then you can bundle multiple properties for just $850. So let me put it. So you pay the $850. You can bundle as many properties as you want and get them onto the auction block. But then the minimum of $5,000 and $900. I forget exactly what it is, but it's like $5,500 for closing costs if nobody bids against you. But then the bidding it goes from there.
But let me ask you this: so you have to get on the Civil Source, which I'm looking at right now, and then you take the property, you pick out whatever property that you want, then they take it to the auction. It has to be auctioned first.
Yeah, so you pay the $850 registration fee. Now you can do it for one property, or if you bundle them, you can do it for as many as you want. But you pay that $850, and then that initiates their diligence period. So from there, they send the next 2 or 3 letters to the property, letting them know, hey, your house is about to go up for auction. If nobody responds or if they don't pay, at that point, the house actually makes it to auction, and then you can buy it. So you kind of got to put that line out there in the water, a few times a year from what I can see.
Okay, so I'm looking at now talking about real estate. Doesn't say lean back taxes. So it's 2 different programs on there. There. Now let me ask you another question too. I'm looking at the whole thing. It says Civil Source. It's that you got 2 programs. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, they do have the tax lien program and the full deeded program where you get the deed.
So what's the difference? One is just tax lien, the other just a deed?
No, so one is just the tax lien, so you can get the interest that you were speaking to on paying their tax lien, and then the other one is truly, all right, it's time to go to auction. The person is past due, and they're ready to put these properties up for auction.
I'm looking at some right now, man. They got a lot of things here, from naggages to to whatever.
The whole city, the whole
Caddo
state,
Parish, New
the
Orleans.
whole state,
They got 941 properties and
the whole state.
1,271 investments. So, I see what you're saying. So you just pick out the property that you want, and you just, so it's just $800 that you give. Is that just for a one time, or you have to do it every time you do it?
So that's where it's very important to bundle as many properties under that
Gotcha.
850. Yeah, and
Gotcha,
you know, if you
gotcha.
if you submit separate applications, of course, it's 850 each time though. But I think you can
I
do as many
gotcha.
properties as you want to get them to auction.
And that's exactly what Bobby Hall talked to me about yesterday. He said, yeah, they bought one piece of land off of Uri Drive for $850. That's it.
Really? They
Off
didn't
of
have to pay
Uri
no closing
Drive.
costs?
Well, I don't know how that's part. I don't know. He made didn't tell me that part, but he was just telling me
Okay.
that he got it that cheap. And
Wow.
we're looking at, so right now, I mean, honestly, I'll be open with everybody. I'm trying to buy a block. And I'm hoping that from this
You like me.
call, we can get some people that interested in buying a whole block. And then we get together and then we start doing some row houses and build row houses, bring it to the city and bring it to the area. And man, look, you can put 30, 40, 50 row houses on a block.
Yeah, you're
Well,
right.
I got even better than you. I got better than that. Let me add to you on that one, since I'm probably gonna just throw my little 3 cents in there too. Okay. At the bottom, what you do is that you build for storage space. Okay, retail space. You put your retail space at the bottom because you charge more rent for the retail space, and then above, if that person who rent the place wants to live above, then you got that. You got it too. So you got two things that's going on. And if you don't want to rent it, if you don't want it, then you just lock the door, and they can't come in through the back way. You know what I'm saying? So you got two things that's going on at one time. So you want to be able to what's the word I'm looking for? I'm getting a brain lock here. Make sure that you make as much money as possible off the deal, because you're talking about building. And anytime you're talking about building, it's always going to be more money, because you don't know what's going to come up in the building process.
Yeah, that's you talking my wife's language. Every property we come across, that's what she wants to do, and it's real popular out here in California when they built those retail spaces with the nice living above and whatnot. That's exactly what she wants to do. If I ever build anything, I'm going your route, sir.
That's it, because man, the retail you getting 25, depending on what it is, to $5,000 a month. Well, for the rent, you might only get 12 to 1,500. So which sound a little bit better, retail, or the retail or the residential? So it's not bad. And then the person who says, "Listen, I don't mind having my retail store at the bottom and I live up top, so therefore I don't have to go anywhere. No travels, no miles, no ever being late for work. I'm all here, and I'll be able to look over my property as well at any given time." That might not be bad. And then you can give them a discount if if the regular thing is $1,500, you get them a $300 discount, and they're moving. Now you got anywhere from $3,000 for the store and another $1,200, $1,400 come from one person. That's not bad.
It'll work.
Now I don't know about y'all, but you said you want to do about 35. Tab about 35 and see what they come up with.
Hey, brother LaCour, while we talking about that land, man, don't slip on the land, y'all. If you could buy land, God ain't making no more. I ain't seen no more land. The water eating the land up. All I see is ocean taking over the land. I see lakes and all this stuff just taking over land. So guys, if you can buy land, buy it.
That's true.
Buy
That's
it.
true.
So don't slip on that with that civic source. If you can get some land, now, I understand you saying there's some that's landlocked, that's in the middle of nowhere, and that's not a good pop. That's not good. But if you have a deal that you would like to do and you need a down payment, you can use that as collateral to get more.
That's right. That's right. Even though it is a landlocked, you'll be able to use that because land is not going anywhere. They'll be able to get it. You know what I mean? So all you got to do is have I can get a brain block today. I must have didn't take my Wheaties this morning or something. Survey. You make sure you have a copy of the survey. Take it down to the bank. Say this is what I owe, and hey, look, this is what I want to do, and put it up for collateral. That's it.
That's it.
I'm gonna tell you like this though, in our areas, our primarily, let's just say Allendale, for example, they got a lot of little spots that actually do have abandoned houses on it. I've been dreaming about this, man. I'm like, if I can go on Civic Source and buy 10 properties for $5,000 each, and make them habitable, go to the bank and get collateral on those houses, then I can take that money and really grow it. And that's really what's been on my mind, getting some real estate, because the bank, they're definitely going to lend you more than $5,000 on the house if if it's habitable, and even in those areas. So getting a number of those properties, leveraging them, and making sure that I have that 1031 and ready to go. That's really that's a part of my strategy that I'm gonna deploy at some point.
Well, man, now that good conversation, y'all. Good conversation. I mean, if you got on the call early, you already been you already got your gems and your diamonds and your pearls. So guys, listen, we're gonna transition. It's 9:16. I appreciate that conversation. That just was small talk right there. We're talking about how you can use Civic Source in Louisiana to buy land or buy property, or and don't have to worry about the tax sale and all that stuff. You just go straight to the source and get so many of them bundled. So we would just give out some gems. And I mean, like I said, it's totally honesty out here. I gave y'all my idea: buy the land, use that land for collateral or leverage to get more stuff. I mean, that's what we're about. We're trying to help everybody become financially free. We want you to build generational wealth. That's what this call about. Everybody open and honest, tell each other what we know, what we got. Don't be worried about the little crab syndrome. Oh, if he know what I know, then I can't win. Guess what? This earth is big enough for everybody to win. We just got to find our angle and go at it. That's my personal take on it, right? If you can't stop me from getting what God got for me. I don't care. I'm gonna give it to you, because the more I give, the more I receive. That's how I look at it. So that's what this call is about. So everybody on this call, I'm not gonna hold you up long. We have a brother named Antoine. He's on the call, and he's coming with business credit. So last week Joe talked about contracts for I can't remember. I had the brain for it now. I ain't eat my weed this morning. He talked about contracts. He talked about retail costs, right? He talked about retail costs, wholesale, no, rehab costs. So he showed y'all his rehab calculator on an Excel document. We talked a little bit about vetting contractors, so that you kind of know who you got and who you're working with, and how you can find more contractors or find people to work for you when you working out of town. And today we talking about business credit, right? Everybody don't know how to get houses with no money or low money down, no money or low money down. So tonight we're gonna talk about how we can use business credit to get houses. And brother Antoine over there in the mighty state of Texas, where I was born, but I'm from Shreveport. But he's gonna talk about that. So, hey, Antoine, I ain't gonna steal your thunder, man. I want you to go ahead and do the rest. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna turn my video off, because it's all about you. And I'm gonna let you shine, brother, like the diamond you are.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Hey, and look here, man. We all shining right now. You know what I'm saying? We putting it together, trying to. Hey, I caught me a few GMs on that first little early bird on the line with y'all. So I appreciate that. I've been writing it down. I'm from Shreveport too, so I'm writing it down, trying to see what it is. But yeah, man, I want to hit y'all with a few things far as business credit. Business credit is easy for everybody to attain. You don't have to have personal credit to get it. And right now, I was gonna show my screen, but I'm having problems with my Google account. So I want to be able to talk to y'all, and y'all can stop me whenever you can or whatnot. But I'm just gonna give you a simple outline of the breakdown of how simple and easy it is to be able to obtain business credit, even if you don't have a good personal credit, you know. But first off, the first thing that you should do is kind of brainstorm, just like anything, to find out what your name gonna be. And I think LT did it pretty good last week when he was like, well, this is just simple. For he has his Williams Realty, and then it has the, little house and the oil, whatnot. That's pretty much how you want to display this thing. You want to go with simple where people can relate and they know what you're trying to deliver to them. And not just only that, you have to make sure that you don't get into a tangle of weeds. When I say that, I mean, because some businesses are riskier than others. So once you start doing that type of stuff and putting your name out there and saying, hey, this I had a company called Real Estate Invest. Let me see, what was it? Real Estate Revenue LLC, and it made my company really risky. So now I'm talking from experience because I've did this over and over again, like building companies and shutting them down and building other companies. You know what I'm saying? But far as your name, you want to make sure that your name doesn't come off as risky. So certain, I mean, you have to do your own due diligence on that, but risky, some people will not give you a lot of money because it's risky, and that's what we in this for, to get money for as business credit is concerned. So I think that's enough about your name, but your name is important. I want you to know that. I mean, even your personal name is important. You mess that up, you won't be able to get nothing either. So I'm gonna digress from that. um the next point of view I want to get to, stop me whenever you all need to, ask me a question or whatnot. But the next point I want to get to is visibility. Now, visibility is a very important part of the process of this business credit, because you want to be able to let people know who you are, especially in the age that we're living in, far as with uh, computers and technology that's growing rapidly, and just everybody's doing like we're doing now. We over Zoom. So it's kind of like this is the age right now. So you want to be able to have, when I say visibility, I mean like websites, address, and we're moving away a lot from brick and mortar, unless you just have to have a brick and mortar. Like if you're a barber, you pretty much have to. I've seen people doing, mobile cuts and stuff like that here lately. But places, if you don't have to have a brick and mortar, you can go to other sources. I think we've touched bases on this also as well, before, but they have places where you can go, like Regis is one that I use. I can only speak for experience. Regis is everywhere. Like they even have it in Shreveport. Like you can just call Regis if you're a member and say, hey, look, I need the office space tonight. And they're gonna give you the key card or whatever, and you go in there and just have a whole meeting, and like you got an office, like a personal space. Like I have one in Houston, so that's where I'm at, in Houston, Texas, Regis. So, but Regis is all over the United States. Wherever you go, you can just get a Regis address, and they give you an address and whatever services you want to have, for as answering the phone for you, just different stuff. They keep your mail, you can have an office building like I spoke on a minute ago. So it's a lot of advantages in having just what you call a cloud-based office, because you don't have to pay the normal rent. So you probably be paying $650 a month for a rent, or if you buy something, it'll be 50, $60,000 to have a brick and mortar building. But you can just go to Regis and pay 70, $80 a month, and you'll have address, a location where PO box, I mean not a PO box, but a address where the post office can actually send stuff to you. So the next part of this visibility is going to be, I want you to know that you have to have 411 listing. Now, that's only to get yourself into a way to get money. Now, the people that you go to and you say, hey, listen, I want to get some credit or whatnot, they're going to look you up. Everybody like me, if you know what I'm saying, if you come to me and say, hey man, I want a loan for this and that, I'm gonna look you up. I'm gonna get on Google. I'm gonna see what your website look like. I'm gonna see what everything look like. That's what this is for, this visibility. You know, listyourself.net is who I use for a long time. Now, I want to say that you don't have to use list yourself if you're gonna go with a commercial type deal. Because I have a barbershop also. So with my barbershop, I don't have to put list yourself on my phone numbers because Comcast, I got a Comcast. So Comcast, what they do is they automatically list your numbers. So you don't have to really have that kind of stuff. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but I know I deal with Comcast. So Comcast, they'll list your number everywhere anyway. And what I go out and do, I go the extra mile and get 1-800 numbers. So I got a 1-800 number with Comcast or whatnot. So I can, it's just visibility, people. It just makes you look, credible or whatnot. You see a 1-800 number, you get a big picture in your head about the company or whatnot. So, and also what I don't have on my outline, but I want to tell you all about Ring Central. I use Ring Central as a phone line because, as I said, they will look you up. If you're asking for any kind of money or any kind of credit or whatnot, they're going to look you up. You don't know who's going to look you up, so you might as well have these things in place. And this is like starting costs for your business. I mean, if anybody that's doing business should have these types of things, an address, a phone, stuff like that. So it's just a doing business cost. So it wouldn't be something that's taking you out of the ordinary realm of doing business. I mean, you're gonna have to have a phone. Everybody pretty much has, but I use my cell phone and the phone and the numbers just forward to my phone from Ring Central. So we use Ring Central, and Ring Central has been a good thing for me because they give me a 1-800 number, just like Comcast does. And Ring Central, I can do meetings and all sorts of things for Ring Central. But they not paying me anything, so we're gonna pass by Ring Central. And,
Hold on, Antoine.
you know,
Hey, I'm not advocating for them. I'm just saying you get a lot of benefits, right?
yeah, that's right.
The quick question:
Yeah.
how much Ring Central costs?
Ring Central is no more than $80. Now you can go up a little bit more, but it's no more than $80. You know what I'm saying?
A
But they
month?
have yes, a month.
But with that, you get a phone, an 800 number.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get meeting room,
Oh yeah. Hmm.
and then you get a regular number.
Yeah. See, and a fax number and stuff like that. You can actually do faxes right off your phone from it. That's where I do all my faxing from, off the phone.
So it's a landline?
Well, it's not actually a landline. What happens is it forwards to my phone. Now I have an app for it. Ring Central has an app,
Yeah.
but it's nothing like I mean, you get a phone to carry with you. It goes with your mobile, like it transfers, like forwards to your phone, your mobile phone.
So, but you don't have to have a landline in order to utilize the
No,
software.
no.
Okay.
Oh no, you can use your phone, your regular cell phone. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
And that's the purpose though, because we're moving away from sitting around trying to answer phones or whatnot.
and what business you use this for? I know you're a barber, you're a realtor, I ain't gonna say all your jobs, but Jamaican. But
Let's go.
No.
nah, so
Real
what
talk.
business you use this for? Which one of the entities you use this one for?
I use this for Holmes Invest. This is the visibility for Holmes Invest. I mean, Keller Williams, they pretty much got it sold up for me as far as everything else. I don't have to use it for that. And like I said, the barbershop, I have a brick and mortar business. So I would rather have Comcast come in to do everything because I have TVs and internet, and Ring Central don't have internet. So Comcast was the better fit for me for the brick and mortar type situation.
Okay.
Mhm.
Hey, tell them more about your. I know that it's more of a real estate call, but you know what? If you don't mind, share with them a little bit more about your venture with the barbershop, because you don't just own one shop now, probably, I think, but
Mhm.
you'll tell us more about that story. I think I know what I'm talking about. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Well, what part, man? I've been cutting hair for years.
The franchise part. The franchise. Hey.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
franchise.
So what I did, man, I try to, I pride myself on leaving everybody better than when I found them. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like when I was dealing with a whole shop of people. Like, man, I had like 6 people in one shop, and another shop I had just started. It, God be the glory, man. I ain't gonna lie. A car had ran into the barber shop and knocked the whole front cap out of it. And then I had another spot already ready to go. But at this time, I had 2 barbershop at this time. So what it was is kind of like being around so many people, I can't hardly think, man. So I wanted to get in a spot where I can do my own thing, service my own customers and stuff like this. So I just moved away. So that's what came up with this idea. So all of the people that I had around me, I was like, hey man, why don't we pay an extra $20 a week on booth rent? We're gonna open up a bank account. And on this bank account, now I want to say it was like 9 of us because I had 6 at one shop and 3 at another shop. So it was about 9 of us paying an extra $20 a week. So once we did that, it was like, man, we were jumping shops. I know we had about 5 shops at one time, and you know how things go. People don't do what they supposed to do, and everything happened. Now it's two. It's still 2. You know what I'm saying? One is a franchise of Dub Block. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's called. And now the other one is Hot Block. But either way, that with that $20, this is a big point, man. With $20 between 9 of us, we started like 4 barbershops. You get what I'm saying? Like it don't take that much, like especially when you've been, saving old chairs and mirrors and stuff like that, and just start busting them open. You know what I'm saying? Within months, like it wasn't even months at a time. It was kind of like, okay, now it's your turn. You go out there and get you a shop. Now it's your turn. You go get you a shop. Now it's your turn. But the whole process was like it's a lengthy process too. It was kind of like you after we front the money for your shop, you spend your money back into the money that we spent, you put it back in there, as you know what I'm saying. And then we kind of kept it going like that until everything kind of went sideways. But either way, I did that because I was trying to get by myself, really. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I wanted to help everybody else too. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, you took advantage of opportunity. You saw an opportunity to help others and help yourself, right?
That's right.
And now, like I said, this is a real estate call, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Business is business, right?
That's
Right
right.
now, what I heard, because, I'm a real estate guy. So when anybody talk to me, I don't care if you're talking about God, I don't care if you're talking about the devil. All I hear is real estate right now. Whenever you talk to me, I hear real estate. You know how they say the men speak at the crowd and they all spoke a different language, but everybody understood the person. Here's how real estate is to me. I hear when people talk, I hear real estate. So what I heard was, you know what? I saw opportunity to help others and help me. And with that, I asked everybody to chip in a couple extra dollars each week. And by doing that, we can grow. Now I'm going to push them out and get them a shop. They can keep making money. I can keep making money. And now I got my space. They got their space. And then we're going to keep growing. And as you get your space, reinvest your money into another one so that they can keep growing. And now once we get to a certain number, we got 10 barbershops, your own shop. You got people in there running your shop. And now you keep a piece of the pie and the other piece of the pie coming to the box. And then now we can do other things with it, like crowdfunding and anything else. Right?
That's right. And
I'm listening.
no, and I was just gonna piggyback and just kind of say like that's what my intentions were, just to get away, cause so I can think, and you know what I'm saying, cause man, being the owner of a shop, everybody want to talk to you. So it's kind of like even if I'm on the phone or whatnot, people still want to talk to you, and you can't get in your thoughts. So I mean, it's cool to be around people. It's just kind of like I wanted to, you know, get away and do my own thing or whatnot, and be on my own empire or whatnot. But in the process, it helped everybody else.
So
Gotcha.
right quick, Antoine.
Whoa, what's going on?
So right quick, in the end, basically, everybody didn't stay on one accord as far as trying to put back. They didn't see the big vision. I mean, we all different. Of course, it takes all types of people to make up the world, but that's why it basically went south in a sense.
Yeah, well, I can't speak to I know the situation, but I really can't speak because I ain't in the business of putting anybody down. I
No.
just want
I'm not saying
to make
naming
this
wise.
clear.
The structure of it. The structure of it.
Yeah,
The way the vision,
and
what you were saying, it could have went that way, but obviously it didn't because everybody didn't ultimately see the vision. Where it narrowed down to you say it's only 2 now.
yeah, and I put that on me because you know what I'm saying. It starts from the top, and I really tried to put it in a position where I wanted them to make it, but I really didn't care because I was trying to do my thing. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, no doubt,
I
no
got a
doubt. Yeah,
family
yeah.
myself, you know, and I
Right.
was just really trying to get to the side where I can think and grow. Cause I know I didn't want to be a barber my whole life. You get what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
I've been doing it too long. You know what I'm saying? Since I was
No doubt.
12. So it's time to move on. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's time to move on and do some bigger things or whatnot. But
So let me take that thought pattern right quick, man. Let me stay right there for a little while. So everybody on this call, I mean, I know some of you probably got a lot of experience, some of you got limited experience, but I want to bring it back to real estate. Right now, this working group that we have right here, this mastermind group that we have right now, that's the type of ideas that basically the same concept. Myself and Joe and anybody else that got experience in real estate that's on the call, just me and Joe pretty much started this call. We want to teach you real estate. We want to help you learn real estate and basically franchise our way of doing business. And as we be brothers like Brother Holmes, Lieutenant Colonel Jones, retired, and other people that got experience, hey, guess what? Maybe you don't like LT way, the hood. Maybe you don't like Joe way, the high top, the nice, better houses. Maybe you want a medium house. And guess what? Holmes probably good at medium houses. But I know he good at wholesaling. I'll tell y'all what he good at. He good
wholesaling.
So if you want to wholesale it, then you got Jamila. Jamila know how to virtually wholesale. And she know I do a whole bunch of things like land trust and everything. Maybe you want to do that. So it ain't about just partnering with one of us, but get with them, let them train you, coach you, help you out. And then they get paid at the end, or what they get paid, however they're going to get paid, or whatever agreement y'all make out, let me do that way. And then you know how to do it from there on. And if you like the relationship, you keep doing it with them. If you want to just do it on your own and go bump your head and find out for yourself and waste money like I done, trying to learn, then go do it. Because you're going to burn some money. You either going to burn money paying somebody,
Yes, sir.
or you going to burn money learning.
No,
So you're going to
that's
burn
for
some
sure.
money. I promise you that.
I think you spend more money trying to learn it yourself, man. I've been going back and forth with Google today. I don't even want to talk about that. That's crazy. But you doing it yourself, man, you spend more money. Might as well just spend the money and let somebody else do it, you know. So you can tell them, hey man, I thought you said you was gonna do this here. And you know, that'd be that. Get the right person now. You don't want to get nobody that's gonna have you spending after them.
Yeah, that's why you want to interview that person. Whoever you get to help you, you want to ask them questions.
Yeah.
One thing that I had to learn, I ain't gonna lie now, I'm a talkative person, I'm a friendly person, but I promise you, you have to learn that your money, whenever you hire somebody to work for you, you're hiring them to work for you. You don't work for them. So you need to interview them before you hire them. When you go to a bank, the bank don't run you, you run the bank. You go to the doctor office, the doctor work for you. You just pay the bill. So if you go to the doctor office, you saying you in pain and you need some pain medicine, and they saying, no, we don't get it, then you know what? I don't need to be paying you. I need to go to another doctor. you work for me. And if you can't have pain medicine, why not? What medicine that you can give me that ain't a narcotic? You know, so they work for you. So when you deal with one of us, I want you to interview. I want you to ask me questions because you need to make sure I'm vetted. You need to make sure I'm good. Just like you go to a person that's going to put plumbing in your house. You ain't got to take the first person. I always get 3 quotes. You interviewing them.
Yeah.
You asking them what they can do for you because this your house and you want it done right. And if one of them saying something faulty, you're going to know because if 3 people say something and they all saying something different, then something wrong.
Yeah. That's how I do
Something
on
wrong.
YouTube. You find them, 3 of them say the same thing. It's pretty much right.
That's right. Now you got to figure out what's different in your price and mine. That's what I did right now. I got a house they got to burn out. I got 3 prices from electricians from 2,500 to 4,500. I'm like, whoa, y'all doing the same job. What is the golden? What is your golden job? Is you short at 4,500, and I got as low as 2,500. Okay, 2,500. What you not doing? What you not doing? So, but if everybody's saying they 3,200, 3,100, 3,300, okay, then you know what? That's workable. That's workable. You know what I'm saying? So I interview them. I want you to help me, and I want to pay you but I ain't trying to pay you at the expense that you give me something bad. All right. So I wanted to kind of go there. I'm gonna go and touch some more points, man, because I know that you wanted some help. You were like just going on, but I want to pause you. So another thing Twan talk about, guys, I asked Twan to talk because I want everybody to talk from their experience. All right. If you on this call, we don't need you to go research nothing, learn nothing new. I want you to talk about what you know. So when he started talking about the barbershop, I know he know about the barbershop, period.
So
So I said, okay, let's go right there with it right quick so that we can get everybody on the same accord so I can relate something real estate with it. And that's his passion for a long time. So I knew he gonna love that conversation. But this call is more than I'm just trying to spark something in everybody to do something extra, right? Go ahead and start investing now. Invest in 2021. That's the goal. Everybody start making money. So we use that. So that's why I want to talk about learning about experience. Another thing you said about let's go back to, you talked about LLCs. You done started several businesses and closed them out and started new.
Oh yeah.
Most and you talked about you don't want your name to go bad, but guess what? A LLC can. So guys, I want to reiterate. It's so important to start your LLC or a doing business as or some kind of business entity. If you're doing stuff in your personal name and you messing up, you're messing up your personal name.
That's right. Your name is important. That's right.
Get your name behind something doing business as. If you're gonna do it in your personal name, at least do a DBA, and do it in another name that's gonna be your personal name. Do it in business as that person. So when it go bad, at least you do that. I'm not a tax advisor. Let me go and say that. So go talk to your tax consultant and make sure I'm telling you the right thing. But please, when you can, I ain't telling you don't do business in your personal name right off the bat because you got to start somewhere. But as soon as you're able to pay $100 and probably $15 at the max, at the least, maybe up to like $300 at the max for to put your stuff in a business entity is well worth it.
Yeah. Well, in Texas, it shouldn't be that expensive. And I know business credit sound that it sound boring, but I'm gonna tell you, once you get to learning this stuff, man, and starting to getting these different vendors and accounts with these people, it actually enhances your business. No matter if you're a barber, real estate agent, whatever you are, this enhances your business because we all go to the store. We all use things from the store. So it's kind of like certain places that I spoke to you all on another call, like Uline and Granger and stuff like that. They sell everyday items like toilet paper and napkins and things that you just may need, letters and letter openers and what I'm saying, those things. Now I'm glad that you said to get an LLC or whatnot, and I can't just tell you what to get, LLC, S Corp. I happen to have an S Corp and I also have an LLC for us, the barbershop. The barbershop is I think what I want to say is like rule of thumb, if you're not able to pay payroll, don't go to an S Corp. You know what I'm saying? You can start off as sole proprietor or whatnot and work your way up. But I want to make sure I go in order, and I want to continue with visibility because that's a very big important thing, because I'm not going to give you nothing if I can't see what you're doing. You get what I'm saying? Like a business plan type thing. That's what this visibility really is about. And I want to slide down to social links. Everybody is down with the social stuff. So, we know we got to get on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that, so people can see exactly what we're doing. If we want to go to Walmart, we can type Walmart right up and it's boom. We see exactly what it is in there. So, and like I said, man, I'm not an accountant or no kind of, I just, it's just a simple businessman that then fell backwards and forwards. You know what I'm saying? So, and these are my experiences, and in my own rights, I feel like I'm successful. You know what I mean? But after I would position myself to get a LLC or S corp, the sole proprietor is really not going to work. If you want to truly establish yourself at getting business credit, a sole proprietor is not going to work. But anything incorporated for as a LLC, S corporation, C corporation, stuff like that, now you're talking about separating yourself and getting business credit. So once you're able to get that done for as getting however you're going to incorporate LLC or whatever, you get a EIN number. Now, they most of the time it come with the packages. If you go to a certain place, see, I deal with Lofton Associates. Now, I've been dealing with them for a while, so they go ahead and incorporate my stuff for me. But I actually get the EIN, and it's free. You just call the IRS and get the EIN number. You get your EIN number, and now you're ready to go to the bank. So once you get your EIN number, you go to the bank, you start your bank account. You Once you get your bank account, now this is a picky subject too, because you want to know who's lending. You do your research, you know what I'm saying, and all this stuff don't happen tomorrow. You have to do due diligence on whatever it is that you're going to do. So once you get your bank account or whatnot, you move past that and you go ahead and you get you a Duns number. Now the Duns number is what kicks you into high gear. Now the Duns number is kind of like a Credit Karma, so to say. I know everybody pretty much familiar with Credit Karma. The They let you know that's on a personal level, Credit Karma. That's personal. But on the business side, they let you know exactly what it is that you have going on in your business. So far as Dun and Bradstreet is concerned, that is. So once you get ready to, because Dun and Bradstreet been around for years. I mean, like 200 years. They've been around, frankly, before personal credit. Back in the day, they used to just shake your hand or whatnot, and just say, "Hey, this business. Your word is good," or whatnot. But either way, Dun and Bradstreet, where you want to start off at. You go up there, you call them, and you say, "Hey, I want a Dun's number. Tell them your business, give them your EIN number, all of that type of stuff." They're gonna try to charge you, but it's free. You wait 30 days, 40 days, however, and they give you a Dun's number. Now, they're not going to report unless you get three payment experiences, at least three payment experiences. And when I say experiences, I mean you can go to those same things that I was telling you about, Uline, Quill, and Granger or whatnot, and go ahead and get three things from Uline if you want to, or three things from, I would want to pay some at least $50, but I always do 100 just to make sure it gets reported, because some of them takes longer to report than others. Granger may take you 2 or 3 months to get reported, by you. And then sometimes if you call up there, they probably tell you, "Hey, we can't give you a net 30 account," because that's essentially what you're asking for, a net 30 account when you call them. They say, "Well, you just go ahead and purchase something and then we'll see if we can do it next time." So go ahead and purchase something and then they'll give you an account the next time. But what you're doing with this is not just a minute step or whatnot. What you're doing with this, you're building your credit business just like you would with your personal. Your personal credit, it's the same. It works just the same, I would say. It's kind of like if you go to a car lot tomorrow and you don't have no established credit, they're not giving you a car. You get what I'm saying? So in the business world, it's kind of like if you go out here and you just say, "Hey, give me some in my business thing," they're gonna do the same and not give you nothing because you hadn't established any business credit. So that's what these one tier accounts do for you. They establish credit for you. So with Dun and Bradstreet, that's where we starting at. We start with them because they like the biggest business credit company around. They're gonna, even if you don't get your Don's number from them, they will produce a Don's number for you. And you'll wonder, how in the world I got a Don's number? Because they keep track of all the business that's going on, just like your personal credit as well. But let me kind of move forward from Don's if y'all don't have any questions from Don's. I would say from Don's, my next step was to get a way to check my credit. I would want to see what I'm doing as I'm buying these products from Uline, Granger, and I'm keep saying that because that's the first tier, and that's when you get your establishment from. You know what I'm saying? We want to build our foundation real good so it won't fall. You get what I'm saying? So we want to check it, and NAV is where we check it at. That NAV, NAV is spelled NAV. And Nav, it shows you, and they have a free thing as well. Dun and Bradstreet also has a free, it's called Credit Signal. That's I think it's Credit Signal. Credit Signal. Dun and Bradstreet has a free one also, but they won't give you all of the stuff in depth inside of what's going on with the health of your business or whatnot. But I would just pay for it. NAV, if you pay for it, it's $40, and they monthly, $40 monthly. And what they do, they report to your Experian. So your business credit has an Experian account. So Dun and Bradstreet reports to, NAV reports to your business credit and your Experian account. So that also helps you. I spoke on Laughlin Associates earlier. Now it's a monthly bill as well. They start you out in the process that I did. Matter of fact, I have two accounts with them for us, the barbershop and the high block. For Holmes Invest. Man, anybody can check your business credit. Like right now, y'all can go in there and check my business credit. It's not like personal credit. You know what I'm saying? Business credit is just there for everybody. Like we can go and check the people that we want to deal with credit to see how they've been paying other people to see if we want to do business with them. And that's what NAV is about. So you go to NAV and they have everybody on there, have Experian and Equifax, and they have another up and coming one, but it's not been dealt with as much as right now. I mean, it's up and coming though. I think it's more or less in Australia and stuff like that, for not in the States as much. But NAV is where I would want to go to, just try to check and see exactly what it is that is going on my credit, just like you would your personal credit. I spoke about these vendors, credit lines, they call them, a lot, but we have a lot more. I have Suma Office Supplies, Crown Office Supplies, Monopolize Your Marketplace. It's so many of them that you can deal with to build your Dun and Bradstreet number up, because that's all you want to do. You don't have to get so many of them. You get 2 or 3 experiences, they're going to give. This is the key though. You have to pay on time. If you don't pay on time, your credit is going to get shot. You have to pay them on time. And an 80, it's in between 0 to 100. So an 80 is pretty good, as far as a credit score. That's a paydex score is what they call it. And they rate you as 80 or above if you're paying your credit on time. So what I normally do, the way I was taught to do it, is to pay whenever it ships. So you call them and say, hey man, did it ship? And most of them have a little like Uline and stuff. You can look on there and see when your stuff shipped. So you can go in there, oh, it shipped, go on pay it. So you paying before your term, and before your term ends, rather. You're not waiting the 30 days then paying it, because they have something that on your credit. Like if you ever look at your credit, I wish I had I could share it with you all so I could show you all the way that it done, because you're not gonna see the credit on there. They're just gonna show you like packaging supplies, and they're not gonna say Lowe's and Office Depot, and you know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be like supplies and packaging and stuff like that. So you'll be able to know who it is if you know what. But I got so many on there, I don't know who is who. I just see what it is, and especially for the amounts though. The amounts is a telltale too. Like if you see something for 55, you got a credit limit of 5,500 on, you know what I'm saying, on one of them. So that should be that. But
Good
either
question.
way, go ahead. That's what I'm waiting
What
on.
are we actually buying, and what we ordering, and who we ordering from?
Well, it's according to who you get vendors with. So when you get these vendors, all it is doing, LT, is building your credit. See, these vendors, like this is level 1. We starting off at this level to get to the money. You get what I'm saying? Like right now, and I try to put it in the phrase as personal credit, so everybody could understand where I'm coming from. But you getting these vendors so you can build up to get the money. So after, I know someone on the call said something, can we buy cars and buy houses inside our business credit? Yes, you can, but you have to build up to it, because you can't go out tomorrow without no credit in your personal credit and buy a house or a car. You get what I'm saying? So it's the same
Definitely.
process.
So with Uline, let's talk about Uline. What Uline?
Okay.
What can you get from Uline?
Oh man, a host of stuff, man. I know they have. Yeah, it's too much stuff to even talk about. Like, I mean, packaging supplies and cardboards and towels and
Everything.
like, yeah. That I mean,
Everything.
yeah.
Anything that you need from as packaging, as you said, letters all up to
Hmm.
dolly to tools to
Yeah.
floor jacks.
Hmm.
Hammers, cleaning supplies. Just everything from Uline.
And you're going to the store anyway to buy these things. Why not build your business credit so you can go to go to the bank and say, "Hey, man, this my experience score. This my person." You know what I'm saying? And they give you a loan on the money. I mean, on the credit that you have in your business. You know what I mean?
So
So,
let me see. Let me see. So when all right, let me see how we can make this money. So basically, what I'm hearing right now, because I told you I hear real estate. So
hmm
I go ahead and order some dollies because I know I know I gotta move stuff all the time. Furniture, I gotta move on stoves, refrigerators from house to house. So I got a storage room. I go ahead and use Uline to order
get you a Granger account.
who?
Granger has a lot of that heavy duty stuff like what you call pressure washers and just heavy duty stuff. It's more of a toolsman place where when get ready to get tools and ladders and stuff like that, I go to Uline.
Okay. So after we go ahead and go there, do they
I
give them
mean
discount
Granger.
prices? Do either one of them give
No,
you
no.
discount prices? They just regular price?
Now, don't get me wrong, Quill and Uline, they send you stuff like $5 off or something like that, but no, it
It's
ain't no
gonna cost.
discount.
Ain't no discount. Matter of fact, you get top quality stuff that
Yeah.
when you go to Granger or Uline, you're getting the top quality stuff that the government employees normally order off of those particular
Mhm.
places as well, and also other businesses. So Granger is one of those things that is an industrial type
Yes.
of business. You get engine motors and
Yeah.
all kind of stuff from Granger, you're not. It's not going to be at a discounted price, but it's going to be good quality stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But Antoine,
Mhm.
we could use any type of business related vendor, like any Office Depot, Office Max, maybe
Mhm.
even get a Walmart card in our business name. Would those work as
Mhm.
well, just to start off building a credit up?
Yeah, it will work. And those are what you're leaning on now is kind of like tier two type things.
Is it?
See, yeah, and you have to have these bottom line things to show them that you did good in your credit. See, what we're working on now is net 30 accounts. Now,
Okay.
when you get to dealing with the Office Depot and stuff like that, normally they say 2 years for you to have. I mean, that could be broken if you have a good experience in Dun and Bradstreet score. Now, we all trying to do this. Well, when I do it, I'm trying to do it inside of my business name, not my personal name.
That's what I meant.
So yeah, so when I'm doing it in my business name, I just go up there, give them my EIN number and all of that type of stuff, and they give it to me in my business name. So yes, you can do it at Office Depot and what's the other places that you name?
Office Max, just different
Oh
office
yeah,
stores, and I think I mentioned Walmart too, just
oh
because
yeah,
a lot of stuff from Walmart.
Amazon, yeah.
Yeah, Amazon keeps emailing me trying to make me get a business account with them, and I've been ignoring it.
No, no, no. Long as you get the business account and your business name,
Mhm.
Hmm.
it's special. You know what I'm
It
saying?
is,
You every
and
yeah.
it's not gonna affect your personal credit as long as you
Mhm.
don't have to do a personal guarantee. Normally,
That's
they
right.
sit into your business account. Is normally they're saying that you have done enough business with somebody that they see that they want to do business with you.
That's right.
Okay.
Hmm. And so all
So
of
and
said,
now I'm gonna make it a double bonus right quick. I'm gonna piggyback. So you go ahead and pay that bill with one of your credit cards and get them points.
which I'm sorry, say it again.
Pay the bill for whatever you order with one of them credit cards and bill points.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's
I,
and go
what
ahead.
he's saying is this is what I do for my business. 'Cause I have a credit card in my business name. Okay,
Hmm.
so when I get ready to go do something, I just do the business credit card. Okay, when I do the business credit card, I get the points, so I can take the points and do whatever I want to do with. I flew me, my wife, and my son to Atlanta about 3 weeks ago, round trip tickets. ticket for $30, and I just had to
Mm-hmm.
pay the taxes. So that's not bad. But for $30, I can't even go in on a car for $30 and back. So you use it to your advantage. And when you get the cars, you want to make sure you get the cars you either have points or airline miles. Okay, the points are pretty easy to get. The cash back is the second one easy to get. But when you start getting airline miles, then that's the hardest card to get with the airline miles.
And there's two ways to take advantage of that. You can also, while you getting these cards, see, I was speaking from a level one perspective, but if you have good credit, you can just speed your stuff up by using your credit as a personal guarantee to do it. I mean, now that I know what I know, I wouldn't do it. I'll just go, because business can fluctuate, as you know what I'm saying. It'd be hard. Like, I can just say, okay, I'm through with that business because it's over. You know what I mean? And just go to the next one and don't harm my personal credit. So, but by me dealing with knowing all of this that I know now, I wouldn't dare put anything in my personal name. Like, I have all of those accounts. Like, I got the Sam's, the Amazon, the dang, I want to say Blockbuster. Why I keep calling it Blockbuster?
Best Buy.
The what they people call with the electronics,
That's fine.
Best Buy.
Best Buy, yeah, Lowe's, all that, Staples, all of that, and just my business name. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, if anything just go out today and it's like it's over with, bye bye business, and I just start another one and come and it costs $300 in Texas to go ahead and start it up. You
Do
know what I
another
mean?
one, right?
Yeah.
Let me say something else too, and I'm glad I'm just going to piggyback off of what he said. The good thing we talked about, putting the business, not putting the business in your name and putting it in that's your business name. The best part about you like that you want to do that is because, as he said, if you get an opportunity and you can walk away, well then
Mhm.
forget it. You don't care about Alpha Rolling Company LLC. Just create you another one, Bravo Rolling Company LLC. So the Alpha had all these debt. Let the debt go away with Alpha. File bankruptcy, whatever you do, open up something new and keep on going. I mean,
Mhm.
God, I'm gonna tell you something. This is how the rich get richer. When
That's
they
right.
come into find a business, they go and charge all this stuff up because the law said if you can't pay your debt, that you can file bankruptcy. They go file bankruptcy, okay, and they take everything out first, all the money out of the business, all the equipment and stuff that they want to keep, and then leave it. Then they file bankruptcy, and then next thing you know, it says new furniture store under new management, and you go walk in, the same guy's in there because what did he do? He filed under that particular name, okay, and he
Mhm.
got another name, and he's still doing business to make sure that he stays in business. So you don't want to harm your personal name
That's right.
if you don't have to, okay. Put it in a business name, use a business credit, and then make sure the business credit don't have a personal guarantee, because the personal guarantee can come back and bite you in the long run if necessary.
Mhm.
So put in a business name and have your business to be responsible for what you are doing, and let your personal name over here. You want your personal name and your personal credit to go up to 850 as much as
Mhm.
possible. And your business name, let it take all the hits. Okay,
Mhm.
remember, it's easy. This credit is a game. Credit is a game. I'm gonna say it one more time, then you'll get it. Credit is a game. So you have to learn how to play the game. One prime example, President Trump. How many times did he file bankruptcy on all these other people? Now, why did he? I don't like it because it put a lot of people out of business. But he stayed in business for a long time because he knew what the game is. Okay, so you can do the same thing if that's what you want to do. It, like I said about all these furniture stores, you going out of business, going out of business. I had the furniture store going out of business for 3 years, and they still in business. I can go out of business for 3 years, going out of business there for 3 years. You understand what I'm saying? So, but they know the tricks of the trade. Once you learn the law, then all you have to do is follow what the law tells you to do.
That's
And,
good.
and,
Hey, that's
and
good conversation for real. Because honestly, God, I can promise you this: I'm the personal grantor for all that guarantee or grantor or whatever you want to call it for all my credit cards is in my business name. So I ain't even got this. And I've been in business for a little while now. So man, look, I learned a lot, you know, and that's why you want to do business like this. I wonder why can I go and buy me a car in my business name and not in my name? I see why now, because I ain't got, they never even ran my business credit for that. You know, I got stuff in a business credit card, but I'm the guarantor behind it. So nah, man, I appreciate this, man. That's good information right here.
Dun and Bradstreet got you though.
They got my business. They got the stuff that I got in my business card.
Oh yeah, they know you're doing business right now. If you've been doing business all them years, they know you're doing business.
I need to file the paperwork a little different when I file for another credit card and put it only in the business name.
Well, if it's working for you, go ahead and do it. Just start another business. I mean, it's just the state filing fees and just start another business and start off small, like with the Uline, the Quill, the Granger, and then go ahead and you just know not this time not to use your personal credit. That's all it is. I mean, if it's working for you, I mean, don't stop nothing that's working.
Oh, no. I need to buy stuff in my business name only.
That's right. That's right.
I need to do that. I'm doing it wrong. And I'm going to pick it back off what I said earlier. The cost, the being on this call, you just learned something that, look, I've been in business. I'm doing business pretty good. I pay my credit great. I mean, however, if I can do it in some business name and not put it on my credit, my personal credit at all, or use me as a guarantor after, I don't know if I'm using the word right or whatever. If I can take me out the equation, I would love to. But I've been doing business there since 2017. I mean, I only owe the bank. I don't owe no credit cards. However, I would love to have a credit card that only solely falls on the business and that I don't have to worry about at all. I would love that.
LT,
about what
and this goes for everybody, not just LT. I have a business credit card with Chase that I applied for, like right when after I got my LLC, my business name, I applied for my checking and my savings account. And then I applied for a credit card right after this. This is when I was real new. And so I certainly didn't know the difference in applying with my business credit versus personal credit or anything. So they may have used me as a personal guarantor for the credit card, but it has my name on it, but it has the business name on it, and it does not report to my personal credit. I am not quite sure, like I said, how they initially set it up, because I was real new. This was years ago. But if you're interested in trying to get a business credit card, you might want to try Chase, because they gave me that credit card, put my business name on it, and it does not show up on my personal credit at all. And I was like,
I have one too through Chase. Matter of fact, I got a couple through Chase, and also I have Wells Fargo to do the same thing, because when I open up account with them, and I also have one with the Bank of America too, and none of that don't show up on my personal credit. So when I get ready to go buy something personal, I'm gonna put on my business account. Okay, I'm trying to get two things: it's the points, cash back, or whatever they're gonna give me for me buying it as well. And I don't want it to affect my personal credit. So I don't mind that. Now they do not like for you to take your business credit and buy personal items on it, but you can't tell me what to buy, and you don't know if it's personal or not. When I buy gas, you don't know if I'm using the gas to go buy a house, or I'm using gas to go out to dinner. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. So what I was doing, I had built up my personal credit real good, and it was just up that man. But I built up, my credit card. But I said, what is I'm doing? I got all these business cards over here, and that I'm not even using. So I flipped, and I started using my business card, and I saw my personal credit started going up.
Yeah. So LT, they might give you one. They might be, because you've been doing it under your personal name so long, you might be able to apply for one, just go and get one straight under your business name without having to even use your personal credit.
And that probably, and honestly, I'll be honest, it probably is on my business account. I got LT Management, I got Williams Realty, I got a whole bunch of different business on my credit cards. I'm just saying, but I know that I signed behind the was like, hey, if something happens, I'm gonna pay. I want one that I'm signing just as Williams Realty, or I'm signing just as Invest 2021. That's it.
Yeah.
I ain't signing as LeTerrence Williams, nothing.
Right.
And that's another thing too. Remember, if you do sign it, you're just signing as the manager. So you put manager behind your name because you are managing the LLC. Okay. So they say, well, we gotta have your personal name. We can't let you sign so. Put manager behind that. That means everything that you sign is going directly back towards the LLC and not to you. Because what? I'm acting as the LLC because the LLC cannot sign its own name because the LLC is a living entity, but it's not a person.
And say, you got something, man? You keep on coming on. Go on, talk to us. Tell us something. I know you know something about this.
Oh no, man, I'm enjoying it. Go ahead.
What I kind of wanted to say, man, I kind of wanted to. I'm glad everybody getting a lot out of it, and some that's already doing it, so you'll know that I'm not lying about it. But there's nothing. Just think about if I had 20 of me, like having, and when I say that, I mean like we can actually sit here, and I'm just saying 20 as a round number. We can actually sit here and build 20 businesses with business credit inside of them, and not have to do anything but buy stuff that we normally use anyway. You get what I'm saying? Like it's a real power move, man. I'm gonna tell you, like it's been inside of my life, just like wholesaling. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's really a power move for us business credit. I I don't want to leave y'all hanging, man. I got a couple of more things I wanted to introduce to you, but I don't know what the time looking like. Where we at?
Yeah, 10, 11. But I mean, hey, look, they all
Yeah.
listening. I think they taking notes, bro. I'm taking notes. I know that. I got my pen and paper out.
Well, it's really about the companies, man. I just wanted to Best Buy was one of those companies too. I was trying to say. Um and Wex far as a gas company. Like I was trying to listen to what y'all was saying about, because I don't have Chase. I don't too much deal with the bigger banks. I deal with stuff like BBVA, Regions, and Capital One, stuff like that. Cause like, it's been working for me. I'll say that. The bigger banks like Chase, you can't have so many inquiries in a certain amount of years and stuff like that. And I actually use my credit. Yeah, so it's a like a game with them, and I don't want to play that game. So I go and deal with who you say, okay, your credit score 750, we can give you some. But Chase, you got to have all kind of, you know what I'm saying, and Bank of America and all them, they kind of, But I mean, it's good if it works for you all. But I deal with, credit unions and stuff like that to push.
Oh,
Yeah,
the funny thing about that, bro. Go ahead, brother LaCour.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say. So the first thing I started running into was the tax return piece. They want you to be in business and they want you to be able to submit 2 tax returns. I'm pretty sure that there's some ways around it, but that's why I probably said this on 3 calls. Wells Fargo, Chase,
yeah.
most of the big banks.
Mhm.
But because once you start building up your real estate portfolio, if you got cash flow and you've got savings that are left over. So for example, if you got $50,000 sitting in an account and you go to ask for that business credit, it's going to be just that much more easy to get that $50,000 credit card or potentially a line of credit. And that's really my strategy. I'm going after the larger lines of credit with the bigger banks and potentially, and also the credit unions primarily. So I'm in that position because I'm a buy and hold investor. I want to be able to buy those houses cash when it's time. And I know that there's other strategies that you can go after, but that's specifically what I go after. And it's very important. Just go ahead. And that's why I keep saying, just go ahead and start the LLC. And even if you're submitting 0 returns at the end of the year, you still have something to show up and demonstrate that you had that bank account, you got those returns. And if you're able to inject a significant amount of cash, you can, I'm not going to just say double your money, but you can definitely get a lot more credit, right? Just picture if you got a $10,000 income tax return, and you decide that you're going to open up a business account with Wells Fargo or Chase or something like that. You put that money in that account. They're going to ask you to, they're going to ask you to secure on it. But once you got it, now you potentially, double, or in some instances, triple the amount of credit that you may have to go out and do cash transactions from a real estate perspective. So I just wanted to, yeah, go ahead.
Are those lines of credit, or are you saying credit cards?
Lines of credit, cash
Okay.
lines of credit. Yep.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to say that I use a lot myself, I have several different methods of using it. I always try to use OPM. If it's my own money, I might borrow. I like credit unions. And the reason why I like credit unions, I've been in mine for 30-something years. They know me. So when I walk in, I just get what I want. That's number thing. Banks are about relationships. Anytime you get money, it's going to be about a relationship. So you have to build up a relationship with the bank or with the credit union or whoever. But I can tell you this much right now. Some of my strategies by getting credit card, as the brother said, he said that he put his $50,000 in the bank. Well, one of the schemes of maneuvers for the larger banks is I got $50,000 sitting in my account in the bank. And when I get ready to apply for a credit card and you deny me, I'm pulling my money. So when you go in and talk to them, say, I want to apply for this card, I got $50,000 in the bank. They understand that you have the money. Once you get the credit card and the stuff that you want, pull your $50,000 out of that bank, go put it in another bank and do the process all over again until you start building up the $30,000 and $40,000 and $50,000 credit card. So when you get ready to go buy stuff, you can buy it on credit. You can use the LT situation where you buy it on credit, you get it fixed up, you go to the other guy over at the bank over there and you refinance out and pay your credit card off and do it all over again. You want to get to the point where I want to be to the point where I don't want to have to go borrow no money from nobody. Okay. I'm borrowing money off the credit card, but it's much easier process that I don't have to qualify. Once you have a line of credit and you have a credit card, you don't have to qualify for that no more. I love line of credit. I've had one for 25 years, almost 30 years. And I'm gonna tell you something, when the line of go, I use it till I want to use it. Then when I get pull some more money back on, I never have to go back to it again. That's the reason why I hate loans, because loans you have to qualify on a continual basis. Credit cards, you don't. Once you get the credit card and you make sure you pay it on time before it's due, the credit card will be there. And if you keep on paying it, they'll up it. Okay. And I've had Chase to up mine, $6,000, $7,000. I never even asked for it. They actually up to $8,000, but I never asked for it. Okay, they upped and upped and up because they try and get me to spend more money. Okay, so but the credit unions is the same thing. But if you can get a line of credit, remember, line of credit, because once you qualify by line of credit, $25,000, $30,000, or $40,000 line of credit, you can use that line of credit to buy anything that you want to go buy, and then you go buy your house and then go get it refinanced. It's easier to get the house refinanced than it is to get it financed. LT, correct me if I'm wrong. It's easier to get the house refinanced than get it financed, because when you have a solid, tangible asset such as the house, then the bank will look at, well, if they don't pay, I have something I can grab. Okay, but when you're trying to get the finance, you have nothing, even though they're getting ready to purchase the house and the bank is going to pay for the house. It's more of a big of a risk, because you don't have the house. But when you have some tangible, then you have collateral that you can put up. Then when you put that collateral up, then it tells the bank, well, if something happened, at least I can take the collateral and I can sell it, because the bank don't want your collateral. They don't want your car. They don't want your house. They want their money, because that's how they make money, is by lending money and making money off of interest.
So what when you were talking, all I could think about the richest man in Babylon.
That's it. And that's how those are the book that he talked about, not taking up the whole time, but I admonish you to read a couple of books. And one is The Richest Man in Babylon. It'll open up your understanding about money. Number two is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It opens your understanding about real estate. You got to be able to read and compact these things because I am all about strategy. How can I make it work with the smallest amount of effort? And that's what I'm looking for. I don't want to go keep qualifying. I don't want to keep qualifying and qualifying and qualifying because it's wasting my time. Okay. And I'm at the mercy of the banks. But with that line of credit, you get your $100,000 line of credit, you get your $50,000 credit card, you have $150,000 that you can do what you want to do with from 10 years from now, as long as the line of credit don't run out.
So let me go and piggyback off of it. So you asked me earlier a question, a hypothetical question, but you really didn't need an answer for it. But guys, this is gonna go back to what we were talking about earlier, really honestly. You won't leverage, right? The first thing we were talking about during our small talk was buy land and leverage. If you buy the land, you get a line of credit against that land and use that to buy more assets, right? So yes, the answer is if you have something, the bank love you. You got collateral. That's the richest man in Babylon. If you got collateral and I can hold your collateral, and if you default, I can take something from you. I don't mind lending for you because I got something to take from you, right? And that's what you want to do. I mean, man, look, this mind blowing. I mean, we started off a little slow talking about a lot of other things first. We was getting a general conversation, but now we got to the part of the meat and butter, and all you that staying on the call getting this gem now. All right, you won't, and let me tell you something, Holmes, bruh. The funny thing about it is with Fund and Grow, everybody you said play games, that's who I got my credit card with. I got American Express, yeah. I got Chase, and I got Capital One. That's who I got the 99,000 basically with from Fund and Grow. They give you one of the ones that you say play games. They hook me with the big banks.
Oh, well, see, like, don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say that they not right. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying from my experience, who I deal with, like my credit unions and BBVA and Regions and Capital One, you know, those are the people that I deal with. So I can't speak to the others. I just know that the other ones kind of gave a runaround when it was trying to get the money.
Yeah, no. To your point that I'm trying to tell you that for everybody else that want to get started, you know, like you said, they give you the runaround with those companies, but Fund and Grow can give you business credit and you ain't got no credit. You ain't got nothing. You just started. So when Brother LaCour said you got to wait 2 years to get some money, some real money, here you is got Fund and Grow. You have no experience. You have nothing. You just started up. You pay $4,000 and they can get you up to $100,000 or up to $200,000. A minimum, I ain't gonna say the minimum. They can get you up to $250,000. How about that? If you got two people going in, which you can get up to $250,000, you have no reputation. You don't have 2 years tax return. You don't have anything. You just got to trust them to get you the money. And if you don't trust them, you pay $1. They get you $50,000, but you owe them $16,000. Or you pay $5,000 up front. Like I'm saying $5,000, but it's less than that. It's $4,000. But I'm gonna say a bigger number so it can sound prettier when you get the number. That's that salesman stuff. But if you do $5,000, they get you up to $250,000, and you only gotta pay. That's all you pay with $5,000 for $250,000, or you pay $8,000 or $16,000 for $50,000. Do the math. It's easy. But it's just
those
funny.
Are those primarily credit cards or lines of credit?
Now these credit cards, bro. These credit cards. Yeah. So, and not only are they credit cards, the first 6 months to 18 months, interest free. Yeah. 6 to 18 months, interest free. Mm-hmm. Interest free. I'm talking about like the first time I used Fund and Grow, I had a burnout on Earl Street. I paid only the minimum bill every month while they repair my house, and I paid all the material. If I would have talked to Joe before that, I would have paid the workers through a credit card or paid them through, like, buy something with my credit card to pay like a cash, some kind of gift card or something, paid them through gift cards with my credit card, interest free, and then refinance the house, like Lieutenant Colonel Jones said, refinance the house, get all my money back, never pay nobody no interest, and then get money paid back if I would have known it.
There's plenty of ways to get. That's why on tier 3 you go for credit cards. Now, it's plenty of ways you can get money off of your credit cards, man. Like me, I have multiple businesses, just like you all maybe. What you could do is like get a processing like PayPal or Square or something like that, and
Venmo.
it's a different business. You just swipe it and it goes into the other account from the credit card. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you
So
can do that. I told them about a couple of weeks ago about this company called Plastique.
yeah, plastic. Yep.
PLASIQ or something like that. That's a new
Hmm.
company that comes on. So if you got two company A and you need to put some company money in company B off the credit card, you swipe and they charge you like 2% and it goes to the other account. So it's more than
Hmm.
one way of doing it.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
that way. But also what he's talking about that funding growth is a good program. I haven't used it yet, but I used a program before funding growth, and I paid about $3,000 and I got about $71,000 worth of credit. Now, one thing about the funding growth and the program that I had, they have relationships with these credit card companies. And another thing that they do when they get ready to file for the credit card company get all these inquiries on your credit, they file all at one time. They have a computerized system or algorithm that files all at one time. So when it looks at your credit, you only have maybe one or maybe two hits on it, and
Hmm.
that's it. Because you don't want to have all those hard inquiries on your credit report. Okay, soft inquiries is okay. Hard inquiries make your credit report go down anywhere from 7 to 15 points every time you get a hard inquiry, and that's on your personal credit.
Yeah, and you take away a lot of your money on your business credit by having these inquiries. I mean, you have so many inquiries on your business, well, on your personal credit too. It's kind of like you don't get the money with your business credit, because they look at all these inquiries and be like, "Hey, man, you sure trying to get money on your business credit." So it's hard to get the substantial amount of money on your business credit because your personal credit has so many inquiries.
Yeah, and I'm gonna piggyback. That's good information too, because you're making sure everybody understands that you don't want your personal credit hit tampered with so many times. But
Hmm.
I'm gonna hit this point right here too. Check. I mean, dang, I lost it. But dang, I just lost my point. Yeah. With the money, guys, listen to what just happened. Fund and Grow have relationships with banks. The other program that Colonel Jones used have relationship with banks. Guys, I just want to bring this back to your attention. You don't have to learn the hard way because you're working with people that already got relationships. That's what I want to bring your attention, because I know that right now I want everybody that's not investing right now to join somebody that already have relationships with other people before you start doing your first deal. So you won't learn the hard way. You ain't got to go through the headaches. I got contractors. Joe got contractors. Colonel Jones got contractors. Holmes got contractors. We got people already got relationships. Jamila know several peoples that know how to find houses for you and help you out with VAs and all that. Why go out there and pay another company to find VAs? You can go to Jamila and say, Jamila, who you using? Let me use the person you use, because Jamila will recommend them to you. Now, let's go back to last week right quick. Let's go right back right quick in time. Joe asked the question, hey, how do y'all find your contractors? It's so funny. Internet is out there. It's the information overload lane, right? Everybody said, I go through word of mouth. Everybody said word of mouth is better than I research somebody on the internet. I look at their stars. I find out what up with that. So what I'm getting at is right now, Fund and Grow, you got other credit card companies that you can pay that have relationship with other people that can give you the money quicker than you going out there saying, well, I'm just going to wait 2 years and I'm going to find out for myself that I can do it myself. Don't do it that way. Brother Holmes just taught me. I've been doing it myself. I mean, like I said, it probably like Priscilla said, 9 times 10, honestly, yeah. I'm trying to enhance Brother Holmes' conversation that I am a guarantor for my company, but just like Lieutenant Colonel Wright said, possibly I may sign as just the manager because my credit card do say I'm the manager. But I just want to tell you that I did sign something saying that, hey, I'm the grantor or the grantor, or I'm the person that's like gonna be held liable if they come to do it. Brother Holmes just said, hey, bro, you can sign these credit cards just as the company, and then the company is the one that you just go bad. If the credit out there and they need it, and the company go bad, then guess what? The company go bad, you dissolve that company, go get your new one. Donald Trump, y'all already see the state of New York showed you that, oh, you ain't paid taxes this many years. You owe us. But he got so many companies that went bankrupt so many times, and he's still rich. So we're not talking about stuff that's hypothetical. We're talking about real life situations, and that's what I want to do, bring it home to town on y'all on that. I mean, we an hour and 30 minutes in, an hour and 15 minutes of Brother Holmes' presentation. The 15 minutes we burnt up talking about Civic Source. But guys, I hope y'all getting some out of this information. I hope if you don't get anything else besides, hey, let's find out a way to get a business line of credit. Let's throw it off on top. Let's not start off like LT Williams doing stuff in his business, in his personal name, and then saying that, hey, I'm gonna lend the company this money, which you can do. You can do stuff in your personal name, OPM, lend the company money and charge yourself an interest rate with your company. You can do that. You just gotta know how to document it, right? And you gotta have a good tax assessor. They're gonna take care of you, right? But man, this is a good class, man. I'm so glad you brought this to us because you told us business credit. You said you're gonna bring some insight, and not only if you bring insight, you ain't bring a hypothetical, you bring a real life insight that you actually do and has done, and you encouraging us. Don't waste our time using our credit. Go out there, pay a little extra money, but buy your credit, basically. Buy your credit through a company and you can win better. I love it. I love it, bro. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, and then the big deal about it, just to sum it up, man, is personal items that you're gonna be using anyway. I mean, all of the stuff that we buying from these people, I use them like direct mail. I get letters. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Office Depot, they sell stamps. I mean, all of these companies are, where you can use where you buy stuff anyway. So it's kind of like, it's a help.
Was that your last point about going to NAB to check your credit, or did you have some other points you wanted?
Well, the only thing I was gonna do was just to kind of go over the tiers that it takes, because it's like a step, it's a process. You have to go through the tier 1, tier 2, then tier 3, and you know what I'm saying. That would get you to the point to where you ultimately get the cash money. You know what I mean? hmm But
Go ahead, bro. Hey, everybody on this call still on this call.
We
Go ahead.
connected. Oh, well, I mean, from tier 1, I know I talked about tier 1 far as Granger or whatnot. Now we go to the tier 2, what we spoke on earlier about Best Buy and Amazon and Laughlin and Wex. Wex is a gas card. I know all you, unless you all done switched to electric cars by now. But I mean, gas card, that's prevalent. I mean, everybody uses gas. We got to drive. So why not get it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, but why not get a gas card though? You know what I'm saying? Somebody use gas. I mean, we pretty much hustlers. I mean, far as the barbershop concerned and real estate and all the stuff that we do. I mean, I can get a gas card and say, hey man, ain't you a trucker? Use this gas card, and he pay it off for me. And you know what I'm saying? It's just so many ways to get things done. I can tell the people that just not starting a truck company, hey man, use my gas card. You just pay it off. And that's just building my credit up in my business because he using the gas card and he paying it off. The only thing I'm doing is just having it in my business name. Now my business is gaining credit. So those are the companies for the level 2, tier 2. Now the tier 3, we normally go to stuff like the Office Depot and the retail stores and stuff like that. That's in between before we get to the cash, like retail stores, because they want you to have 2 years. But if you have enough credit, they'll slide you on in there. Um, when I say retail stores, I mean like Office Depot and and
Bed
what
Bath and Beyond.
Well, I'm laughing, but I'm gonna tell you, like this, a lot of people don't report to the credit bureau. You know what I mean? But if they report, yeah, go. I mean, shoot, business credit that is anyway. But look like you had something to say. Oh, okay. Thought he was punching in. But now, man, I'm laughing. But yeah, if they report to the business credit bureau, so be it. Yeah. Because I mean, you can start a business with the Bed Bath and Beyond stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
So yeah, so whatever we use is pretty much at these stores. So I mean, why not build your business credit with it? So after we get the retail credit from all of these different spots, we go straight for the credit cards. And the credit cards now, it's a little bit harder to get these credit cards without using your person guarantee, because what they try to they put in a tricking mechanism. What they try to do is to say, hey, we got to make sure that you, just like when you get in a bank account, they want to make sure that, hey, you are human, you're a citizen, and because they got some, I forget what it was called, but pass. But anyway, they want to make sure there's not a terrorist type act. So you know what I'm saying? They want to make sure they'll get your credit. I mean, they'll get your social, but they won't actually use it. And like what y'all was saying, they have y'all got Chase and stuff like that, and they don't report. But I tell you this here, don't pay it for 90 months. I mean, 90 days. and it's gonna be on your credit. It's gonna be on your credit. I promise you that. If you don't pay it for 90 days, it's gonna be on your credit. So that Chase card that you were talking about earlier, yeah, that's the kind of stuff that they do. Like they'll take your credit. I mean, I keep saying credit, but it's your social security number. They'll take your social security number just in case you default. You know what I'm saying? They saying that they want to make sure that you're a human being or whatnot. But
Uh-huh.
if you give them that social, that's pretty much saying, hey, you can have my social, and they're gonna post it just in case you mess up. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But
So
that's
I'm good to
pretty.
go then. Okay, my bad. I'm good to go then.
Oh yeah, because
Mhm.
most
And,
of the hmm?
oh, I'm sorry, I was about to ask you, what tier would like the Lowe's and the Home Depot type stores be in? Would
Well,
that
I got
be three? I mean, yeah, 2, 3 for retail.
yeah, I got Lowe's like in my 2.5 step, and I call it 2.5 because I call it retail. You know what I mean? For when I say retail stores, I mean those brick and mortar stores. For as those are the 2.5. That's like the 2.5. I go with stuff like Amazon and Wex and stuff like that are much easier to get on
Okay.
on your second tier.
But if you, hey, I'm on pause right there. If you are in real estate and you don't have a Lowe's card or a Home Depot card, man, you are wrong.
Man, Lowe's is tricky though, man. Lowe's, they be trying to get you to put your social on the stuff. You know what I mean? So it's just you just gotta know what you know. You know what I'm saying? When you go up there, like, hey man, I ain't putting my social on that. You know what I'm saying? And once you know what you know, then they ain't gonna be able to trick you into doing it. You know what I mean? So you just
Yeah.
say I'll pass and go to the next pro. Go to
So
somebody else.
what I'm getting at is,
Sometimes what they would do is they mandate that you have to put your social on there.
Yeah.
Just put your last four
Yeah.
and just leave it on there. That's
Yeah.
it. I'm a social. That's my last four, and don't put nothing else on it because they can't figure out what the rest of it is. No way.
hmm Yeah.
but
That's a good.
but
Hey, that's
what
good
I
though.
want to, yeah, what I'm trying to tell y'all is, guys, if you got a contractor working on your house and they go to that stand and they use your company name, and then if you go ahead and pay for it, you just got a written record and a roll call of everything you bought for that house. So at the end of the year, when you get your tax return, you got your record already because they bought it all from Lowe's and they bought on this stuff and they just use your name.
hmm
So that's the only why I said that.
And a balance behind that is a check and balance because you get it all from those. But if you put it on a business credit card, like Chase has a business credit card, where at the end of the year, or not of Capital One, at the end of the year they give you a
The
rollout of
points.
everything that you bought. So
Oh,
all you got to do that and check it and highlight and give it to the guy. Say add this on there. Your
I'm
tax
doing
person.
taxes now. I got one right here.
You know what I'm talking about. And
Yeah.
I like that because
hmm
sometimes even though I have the receipts, The receipt sometimes get misplaced, or I put it in my wallet and it got wet, and or something I purchased I can't find. But when you go down on that checklist, it got everything that you have purchased as far as merchandise, for its gas, hotels, food, cable TV, whatever it is, and they got it organized in that
Yeah.
particular standpoint.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about the Capital One. And Capital One card
I
is
love
an
Capital.
easy card to get for business.
But
Capital
they put
One.
it on your personal too.
Yeah, they
That's the deal.
Yeah, they put it on your personal. Yeah.
But it's easy one to get. So
But in my defense though, what happened to me though, Capital One gave me a large credit limit. See, you can't get your business credit up to par if you don't have a large credit limit on your personal. You get what I'm saying? So Capital One gave me the shot to get my large credit limit. So when they hit me with a large credit limit, it's all downhill now because my business credit, they just gonna check and see what kind of stuff I got on my personal, and boom, it's like, sure, they're gonna give me 30 and 40,000 just because I got Capital One. You know what I'm saying?
and
That
that's
I
a nugget right there, Antoine. We didn't talk
Mhm.
about that earlier,
Yeah,
but I mean, if that's the case,
yeah.
I have about 10 personal credit cards. I
Oh,
should just apply for business credit with the same banks I have my personal credit cards with then.
right on.
I have a better chance. Okay.
Right on. All you gotta do
yeah,
is
but
all you
because they
gotta do.
already know you, you already have a relationship with them,
That's right.
and you have an account with that particular bank, saving checking account. You have a loan with that particular bank, or whatever case may be. It is easier, and you are paying on time. It is
Mhm.
so much easier to get a card with them.
Yeah.
Because they have one thing they have on you is your personal payment record,
Mhm.
and that's what they want to see. Remember, they're not in the process of holding houses. They're in the process of making interest, and fees is how they make their money. Loaning money out, you don't pay, they charge you fees. They don't want to hold a house, because holding a house for them is they got to get somebody to cut the grass, they got to get somebody to pay the taxes. So
Yeah.
they lose money when they have to hold that house. So they don't want, they will take it because they're gonna take it and try to sell it, but they don't want it. To tell you the truth about it.
Right.
Did
Hey,
y'all
so
no? I was just gonna say, banks give you a score too, like how you pay and how much money you keep in there and all that type of stuff. But go ahead, I'm interested to know what you're gonna ask.
I was gonna ask you, and I don't know if anyone else has actually done this before or not, but so I've been told, and I actually asked Home Depot or Lowe's about doing it, but I haven't followed through on doing it. But they say that if you have an LLC and you shop in Lowe's or Home Depot and you're buying, your equipment or your tools and materials and stuff like that, that if you have an LLC, you don't pay taxes on it. You can get a tax exempt certificate.
No,
Hmm.
I don't think that's true.
They
Me
say
Is it?
you
neither.
can get some type of
Nah,
tax exempt
No, no,
certificate
no.
so that you don't pay taxes on some of your purchases.
I would say
Okay,
it's
that's
the
a,
it's
I would
purpose
say
of
neutral.
a
that's a
tax
negative.
certificate, the purpose of a tax certificate is called a resale certificate. Meaning, if when you buy an item, unless you're a nonprofit, because you don't pay tax on
Nah,
nonprofit,
that's what I was
but
gonna
if
say.
you're a for-profit company, you buy an item from the company, you don't pay taxes on it because you're going to resell that. You're not reselling these items you get from Home Depot. You're taking those items and using them to make money off of because you're building it. So I don't know if you're doing that and you find that out, you come back and tell us next week because we want to know how you doing it.
I'm
Because
telling
I've been paying too many taxes at Home Depot. Now,
you.
one thing you can do with Home Depot, and I think it's low too. I'm a military guy, so military we get 10%.
Yeah.
Okay, but Home Depot has a help me out here, LT. A program, a builders program, the builders program, where if you buy so much from them at one time, say for instance, you want to go, you want to build a house, and you said you go to Home Depot and you lay out your plans, they'll tell you every piece of nail, wood, board, shingle that you need, okay, and they'll sell it all to you, and then they'll give you a 10 to 20% discount depending on how much you're gonna buy. Military discount is only 10%, but if you get up so high, they give you 20% discount.
Gold
So
membership.
that's a lot of money that you can save right there.
Pro membership.
What do you call home membership? Okay.
Like a pro membership. Yeah.
So I can LT.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna click my screen on. I can speak a minute on that resale certificate.
Go ahead.
So that is what we call a Louisiana resale certificate, right? So I can tell you a bit about that. So you use a resale certificate whenever you, so like I'm a dealer, right? So as a dealer, I'm gonna sell a vehicle, right? So any of the parts, supplies, tires, anything I purchase for that said vehicle, I get it tax-free. And the reason I get it tax-free is because when I resell that vehicle, then the state will get their money. So basically, the state doesn't get to tax me twice on the same item. So that's what the resale certificate about, if that helps out.
So I can't make that work for me in real estate.
As I said before, you go ahead and find out and come back and tell us next week.
Don't do it. The tax man ain't gonna come see you. Don't do it.
Yes, you can. Let me ask you a question. Your question is, yes, you can make that rate for you work for you in the real estate, because everything you buy take away from your taxable income. So don't look at it like, oh, I can't get the tax break up front. When you make $100,000 next year for selling houses and being a real estate agent, then guess what? Everything you bought at Lowe's and Depot and everywhere else, then you take away your taxable income and they bring it down from that $100,000. You paid $20,000 in Lowe's and all that stuff. Now you got an $80,000 taxable income. So I'm gonna say it in a positive way.
Yeah, that was a very positive spin on it, LT.
Get you a good CPA and they can work that out for you.
That's right. And that's one of the reasons why real estate is so great, because you're going to have taxes and insurance and expenses. And that's going to eat up a lot. Even though you make a lot of money in the real estate, you can. But if you keep good records and you do it right, then when your CPA get it, because this thing is called depreciation. That depreciation monster is great. Okay, because you get a chance to take 27.5 years of depreciation. And it depends on who your CPA is. They might be able to take it all in the first 5 years. Or they could take it in the first 3 years and defer the rest of it 27 years. Now, the reason why I don't believe in selling the property that I have is because of depreciation. Because when that property changes name from my name to my business name, my depreciation should start all over again, unless it's ownership. But the depreciation will start all over again. So you can take a property and give it to let your son buy it from you for $3. Okay, then the depreciation can start all over again. Your son can be 10 years old and you can still manage the property for your son for his educational benefit and still get the depreciation. So it's certain things that you can do, with that because that depreciation is something else.
Hey,
I'm telling you right now.
I ain't gonna let you run past that, guys. If y'all didn't write that down, he just laid you up. If you got 3 kids, you can rotate your kids.
You rotate your kids in and out. That's it. My granddaughter is 4. By the time she gets 10, she'll have her own house. She'll have her own house in her own name before she gets 10. Why? Because I understand how it works. And if you understand, I'm not a tax expert. Let me say that alone. But I do read. But one thing I do is get on that telephone and ask a bunch of questions. How can I do this? How can I do that? And if you don't have a good tax person, LT talked about last week before last, you got to have an attorney, an accountant, a tax person, all of. You got to have somebody that knows about real estate. And I like the person who either deal in real estate on a full-time basis or they have rental properties themselves. Because if they have rental properties, they try and take all the deductions too. Okay? So that means you get an opportunity to get that deduction as well. Okay. So you have to look at it that way. But take the depreciation and keep the property in your name. And if you want to sell it to your son, sell it to your kids and something like that. And the main thing is, this is what the rich do to stay wealthy. And that's what I study. I study what the rich do to stay wealthy. They always got stuff set up for their kids sometimes before the kids are born, and sometimes after, like the Indians do. They try to get their kids $1 million worth of insurance at the age of 1. Why? Because by the time they try to pay as much of that policy at all at one time. Because when you pay that policy at one time, you save almost 50%. So the policy is paid off for that life. And they have $1 million in insurance. So if something happens to them, they already got $1 million. So it's ways of taking this money. I want to take this money that you make from real estate and be able to fund it out, not just keep it. And you can keep it and use it because it's seed money. I call your job seed money. You take your job money, you buy your real estate, you take your real estate and you divide it into sectors, and you send it out to this sector, send them soldiers out to make money over here, send some soldiers out to make money over there, and them soldiers go out and they bring more soldiers back in. So therefore, you have a rotating amount of money that's coming in. And then you have to have that depreciation or that tax person over there and make sure that you can keep that money. Things that I think about that it's all about, it's about asset accumulation, asset protection, and asset distribution. You got to have those 3 things.
Come on now.
in order to keep that money together. And I'm trying to tell you, your money, you can make your money work better for you than the bank can. I guarantee you that much.
Hey, that insurance you was talking about, man, is a whole nother thing in itself. That insurance is a big game. I'm gonna tell you, that's how that.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm gonna drop another nugget, but go ahead.
That's how they been getting money a long time from that insurance, from generation to generation.
I found out this. I probably wouldn't even done real estate if I'd have found out the stuff that I found out about the insurance program that I'm in right now. The insurance program I'm in has 14 particular standpoints, and you don't have to do a whole lot, because the main thing we're doing this for is what? To leave a legacy for our family. Is that correct?
That's right.
We're trying to leave something, because some of us, when we came up, we didn't have a whole lot. Our parents had a little bit of nothing. Okay, and then we finally got an education or got out and got better than what our parents have. Now we're trying to leave something for our kids. And my deal is don't give everything to them, make them work for it. Okay, they appreciate it much better. So you're trying to get it in. So what the insurance does is that you just pay the premium. When you're paying the premium might be $300 a month. But you have, depending on your age, $500 to $1 million worth of insurance. Okay, and how you do this thing is this. I'm finna drop a nugget now. Write this down.
Okay.
You got your kids. When your kids get up to 8 and get the job, you have your kids to put an insurance policy on you, and they be the beneficiary. Why am I saying that? Because normally the parents die before the kids do. That's a normal situation. Okay, so their inheritance would already be given to them by the insurance property, which would pass probate. Because probate is going to take some of your money if you don't have it already in their name. That's why it's so good to have LLCs and partnerships and have a trust, because when you put that stuff in the trust, it passes down from generation to generation, not being taxed. Because taxation is what take away your money away from you. So if you die and the government says, I don't know what it was like $1.5 billion or something like $1.2 billion amount of money for one single person or double person. I can't remember what it was right now. You can pass so much money down without it being in inheritance tax. But if you've already passed that information down before you died, right, then there's no inheritance tax at all. My mother's house is in my name. Louisiana has the law, as Texas has gotten the law now, that the elder people can go ahead and pass the house off to their sons or to their children, but they have a stipulation in the law that they can live there as long as they want to live there. Yeah. But the house is in my name. I live in Dallas. My mother lived in Louisiana, and she's still living in the house. And guess what? She's getting taxed on the house based on where she living in the house and not based on I live in the house. If something happened to her now, the house would never touch probate.
Usufer law.
That's what it's called. I didn't know what it's called, but I know. But I'm glad it's there. But that law right there is a great law. So it's not only, as I said, it's asset accumulation, asset protection, and asset distribution. You want to have all three of them. I'm sorry, I'm trying to take your class, though, guys.
Oh no, man. I'm on it.
Talking on it. So those are those three things that you need to have. So as you accumulate all your stuff, just don't accumulate and let it sit there. Be sure how you're going to pass it on to the other person and have all those things set up. LT talked about a trust, I think, a couple of weeks ago. So those things are very, very good.
Yeah, Usufer. So like, let's say that your mom and dad get remarried after you move out the house, all right? And then your mom get married to a stepdad, and then all of a sudden your mom passed. You can't kick your stepdad out the house. He can't use it for rights.
Right. Can't do that.
Yeah. The house come to you and you belong it, and your parent probably left it to you, but he got use for it the longest he living there. Now, when he move out, now if he get married again, get your butt out.
That's right. Get him out. That's right.
But as long as that person don't get married again, they have useful rights to stay in that home, and you the owner, but they paying the taxes while they in and everything. That's what we're talking about. And look, LT went to real estate school. LT just didn't want to be a realtor right then. I love real estate.
That's happening in Texas too. I know it was in Louisiana.
Yeah. They passed it not long ago. I had a friend of mine who did it probably about 2 years ago. He did it about 2 years ago. And it's something new within the last 5 years or so. It hasn't been very long.
But it's a leverage play. It's a leverage play for sure. Now, sir, you dropped some gems. Wait a minute. I got protection, distribution, and what the first one?
Asset protection, asset accumulation, asset protection, and asset distribution. That's three things that you need to have. So you want to accumulate it the right way, under the right name. You want to have insurance to protect it and everything of LLCs and insurance and stuff like that. And then you want to be able to have a trust to pass it on a different way before something happens to you. So when you're in your grave, there's still, see, you can speak from the grave in a trust. Because in your trust, you can mandate anything that you want to mandate in your trust that they have to do. Before you get this money, you have to go to 4 years of college. After 4 years of college, the trust will pay for your college and give you a car as long as you stay in school and make a B average. You make a C average, you come off. You understand what I'm saying? You can put that in for your kids. So therefore, you have worked this hard and filling all these long calls all night long and working all hard, and then they go blow the money. But now when you got that trust in place and you got those stipulations in the trust, they have to abide by the trust. Right. And then after they finish school, you can tell them, once you get to be 30, we're going to give you a lump sum of money, and that's all you get until you get to be 40. Because what you want to do is take within 3 generations, your money is normally lost because of a couple of things. One is that we don't teach our kids, they don't teach finance in school, number one. They don't teach the stuff I'm talking about now at all, unless you have to go learn it in a book or you have to go to play it in a high price seminar. They're not teaching that stuff. Okay, so you have to learn, you have to be able to read and learn this stuff on your own so you can be able to pass it off, because the object of the game is the legacy. The legacy. You want to be able to keep while you're here. You want to be able to make the money while you're here. You want to be able to live off the money while you're here. You want to be able to get the less tax as possible while you're here. But when upon your demise, you want to be able to leave it to them where it has no inheritance tax at all.
Let me go back to this. Can I sue a trust?
You can sue a trust. You can sue a trust. Good luck. The only problem is if the trust is set up right. Now, you can sue a trust for criminal trespass. If they do something criminal, you can sue them. And they'll break that veil quickly. If it's something criminal against the law, they can do that, okay? Everyone clap, he said, okay. But if it's a different type of trust and there's no laws breaking, because you might have an LLC in Wyoming, you might have one in Nevada, you might have one in Delaware, you might have one in Montana. They got to find all that. And by the time they find all that, you can go ahead and switch all those things back over again. So it just depending, but you got to have somebody set it up and set it up correctly. So therefore, if somebody try to pierce that the veil is not easily pierced. You understand what I'm saying? Because like I said, that's a part of asset protection. You want to be able to keep it and keep it in your family and your property to your family until you get ready to dispose of it.
We spoke on that today, huh, LT?
Yeah, hey, that's hey, that's why I asked the rhetorical question. Like, can I still trust? You got to find out who owns the trust first. And
that's right.
Hard to
that's
find
called
out.
And that's
anonymity.
That's right. And what they do now, one company, because I was dealing with the trust company, what he does, you have that, what is the name of that person that I keep it, registered agent. You have the registered agent on the LLC. Well, the trust LLC can be part of the trust. So what they do is, I'm your registered agent, right? So I write the company, after the company, everything is settled, a couple months later, I write the state and say, hey, please drop me from being a registered agent. Yeah. Now there's no registered agent. So who did you send your documents to? Because you send them to me, I fill out the piece of paper 10 years ago and said, I don't do that anymore. I'm not the registered agent for that anymore. So who you send the document to? So you have to find, as LT said, you have to find out who you're supposed to sue. Because they have to be served.
Yeah, the lawyer gonna look at it and be like, man, they don't got no money over here. We don't know what they ain't pursuing that without no money. That's
what I'm talking about.
They call it anonymity.
That's man, if y'all on this call, y'all just got a big old gym right there. And I promise you this. If you can put your stuff in a trust, you got asset protection for real. Now the thing about it is, you can put one house in the trust, but let's go and get about 10 or 15 of them things and then put it in a trust so they can be worth something.
Mm-hmm. The way I'm setting up mine is that I have several LLCs. And this LLC is not an LLC in the series, but they're standalone LLCs. So, but then again, they coming under this one major LLC here. One LLC is holding all the money. One LLC is holding all the property, holding all the cars. One LLC is holding the house. One LLC, and then I got my other house and my land stuff split up with each LLC. So if you want to sue me, you're only gonna get one. So if you trip and fall, you can't get me, baby, because I don't own anything. I am just the manager of it. Mm-hmm. And that now I got this big umbrella that is covering it by the land, not the land trust. It's called not the family trust. Oh God, what it's called? Come on, help me out there, T. It's not a land trust, not a family trust. It's called what now?
Aren't there real estate trusts, like a REIT trust?
I can't think. We're on the same kind of wavelength, but they call it something else. But it owns all of this. Okay, so you can't get to me because I don't own anything, and that's why I told you in the beginning, when you sign for your business, don't sign your name. You sign manager. Okay, if they require you to sign, we ought to have you sign. We got to have some person sign as manager. So you taking the responsibility off of you as a personal individual and putting it back onto the business. Okay?
Yeah. That's a managing member of the LLC.
That's it. And that's what I put on. I put managing member. That's it.
And y'all on this call, y'all getting some gems. We on here late. It's
How does
2 hours in. And guys, I'm telling you now, thank you for getting on. Thank you for listening. Because guess what? You getting love. You getting nothing but love. And I'm talking about like Lieutenant Colonel Jones is out of retired. He out of woodwork right now. He in a good mood today. Hey, we need more winter storms to come, man.
That's what it is.
Hey, Texas governor go on cruises and vacation. I'm being messy now.
Right. That is right. Got that right.
But look, I appreciate it, sir. For real, I appreciate you sharing all the information. That's some good stuff. I mean, you got on a hot rod on that one, and bruh, Holmes, man, thank you, man. Holmes, we had a. Let me share with everyone, guys. We had a couple classes happen, and Holmes was like, bro, I got information, man. I don't mind sharing. I said, bro, I don't mind you sharing. Look, if you got knowledge, Darren, you on this call, you got knowledge. Hey, Tremaine, you on this call, you over here getting mad about my head. You know, you on this call. People on this call, y'all got experience, y'all got knowledge. This is not a LT and Joe call. This is a us call, right? Mm-hmm. This is about everybody sharing something. Jamila came and Jamila brought it so good. Hell, Jamila got me some likes on Facebook. So look, all I need, Priscilla came and gave a class too. Priscilla, I'm sorry, babe. She gave a class on Airbnb. She opened me and Joe eyes, right? On Airbnb, made us look at stuff a little sideways. You know what I'm saying? I had my ex-wife call me the other day and say, hey, you know what? I got a big old house and I'm ready to get rid of it. I said, start renting your rooms out on Airbnb. Rent your rooms out. I said, God, make some money off your rooms. If a person rent out for $200 a night, they wouldn't pay you $200 a night, and they stay there for every weekend, you made some money.
Dude, I got something better than that. I'm gonna blow your mind on this one, okay? I'm gonna blow your mind on this one. This is the deal. My brother-in-law, okay? You remember the house that was on the house that Deion Sanders had, and he on his show, and he moved from Prosper and he moved over there to Cedar Hill. Well, that was my brother-in-law's house. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you what he did. Just the last 2 months, that was the guy came. He been doing Airbnb, but for the last 2 months, for December and January, he rented out his house for $25,000 a month. I got quiet. I got silence on that call. Cash.
You can do that for a house like
that. CASH. 25,000. He made $50,000 in 2 months off this house. He normally make about 15 to 20, but he made $50,000 in 2 months, and they paid him up front. Because the insurance company came in, and the guy who house burned with a pretty big house, and he wanted another larger home that he wanted to stay in where he came from. So he saw my brother-in-law's house on there, and he's one of those super hosts. Okay, so when he did that, he gave him a house, 10 grand. $25,000 a month. Made the deal, and they just moved back in last week.
I want that deal.
Yep. So what I'm going to tell you right now, there is no reason why you cannot make money if you have a house that is in a decent neighborhood. It don't even have to be a decent neighborhood. I've seen some houses in Texas way back in the woods, and people paying hundreds of dollars for a night because they secluded. Mm-hmm. And it's an old raggedy wooden house, and they were paying $100 a night.
They got
it is a 2-bedroom and 1 bath. Say again now.
They got tree houses on Airbnb.
That's right, tree houses. That's it. And them tree houses $300 or $400 a night. That's it. So you can make it.
Yeah, I'll tell you, my grandpa, my uncle told me, man. My uncle told my mom. She didn't tell me. My mom shared it with me. He said, if you willing to pay for it, somebody else willing to pay for it.
That's true. That's true. That's true. So what I did, he inspired me. I started working on my house. So I said, forget it. Because, hey, I can go stay in a hotel for a weekend.
Yep.
Think about it. And I'm gonna give you one more gem. I'm gonna talk about the house. I'm gonna give you one more gem. And because somebody on it's coming to me, so somebody on the line must need this. Okay. So you can do that for your house. And if you want to rent your house out just 4 weekends and you charge $100 a night, that's 3 times 4, that's $1,200. You have made your monthly mortgage. It's close to it. So you didn't pay the mortgage that much. You can take your monthly mortgage and do something else you want to do with it. Now, that's for the houses. Let me tell you about the cars. Have anybody heard of Turo? I want you to look it up. Somebody heard Turo? Yep. Where you can go buy the house, and now you buy the cars and you rent your personal car out, just like the rent, just like the help me out, just like the rental car agency does.
Uber.
You can do that too. Look at
Mhm.
Toro. So this is about, like I said, I want to share all the ideas and stuff and put it on out there. So this, you can take the money that you got. If you can't qualify for a loan, if you do this so long, you can save your money and you can buy the house out cash yourself. So it just depends on what you want to do, how you want to do it. There's many ways of doing that, many ways of making money, many ways of getting what you want. But to be able to manage it and keep it is the main thing that you want to do.
Oh yeah, him 500. I think this is his name, him 500. He talked about recession proof during COVID-19. He said that he went and got an electric car from a company. He went to I want to say 2 or 3 different businesses and said, hey, pay me money to advertise your business on my electric car. How did he do that? He said that I got a small, little, tiny electric car, the smallest one you can find, guys. He said, I'm gonna put your business logo on the right side and the left side, and we're gonna advertise it downtown. Him 500. I'm telling y'all what he said. I'm sharing his story. He said he took the car, he got it from the dealership on a lease option or whatever, release option. He charged the 2 companies to put their logo or their banners or whatever on their advertisement. Okay, yeah, that's a key word, advertisement. He told a person that rolls for Uber or Lyft. He charged a Lyft or Uber driver money to drive the car downtown. He got 2 people. He said a morning shift and an evening shift. So he ain't drove the car not one time besides go to downtown and put it in the downtown. He told the Uber driver, park your car, drive this car for the first 4 hours, pay me rental price for this. He told the other Uber driver, park the car, drive the car, put gas in it. They put the gas in it. And he charged the companies to advertise their business on that car. And he making money off that car. He buying his nice car off that money.
That's how you do it.
Hey, William, good evening, everyone. Williams, I'm sorry I'm joining you guys late, but I just want to add 2 things. Man, I want to say amen on this end. I hear everyone talking on, discussion, but we talk about, businesses and what about taking care of ourselves? Not saying ourselves, but wealth from our homes. Something I learned last week, I knew, but I didn't see it until I actually closed. If you stay in a house for 2 years, single, if you make, profit 250,000 as single, that's tax-free off the bat, tax-free. If you're married, it's up to 500,000 tax-free. So the sale of your home, that you make is over 250,000, you're single, you walk away not even paying 1 penny as long as you lived in that house for 2 years. What else I wanted to take away from that? And another thing, something else I want to add, and I'll be done. But as our children go off to college, or, if you have family members that go to a different place, don't let them rent. Find them a house. Let them rent, so they can buy and they can have their own. If they're going for 3 years, the kid's going to be there at least 2 years, 4 years.
Yes.
Let them find a condo or a townhome or some, house, so they can rent and they can turn around and they can start building and their own, other than that, that's all I have, Williams. I'm glad although I came on late, man, I learned so much so far, with everyone. So that's all I have.
I'll blowing you up. I'll text like, where you at? Where you at? Y'all, while I hit my head down on my phone, I'll texting her like, where you at? You told me we in it together.
We are, man. We are. And anything I can do, to share with you guys over the, past 22 years, purchasing property, like Williams, just sidebarring the other day, he was like, hey, you got this property in Georgia. My husband and I, we just go back a secondary home. And he was like, why don't you do Airbnb, with it? You just, the house is just sitting there only when we go in to and from. Why didn't you make money off of it? But anyway, other than that, that's all.
I'll say,
go ahead, LeCoeur. Go ahead.
I was just going to add on to what Shanita was saying. So right now I'm in the process of getting a second residence. And of course, I'll I'll air quotes live there some amount of time. But being out here in California, appreciation. This is an appreciation market. You're not gonna get that much cash flow, but you're gonna get the appreciation. So I'm on the hunt right now to go ahead and get into a beach city property. And I'm going to air quotes have an office or live in the back, and I'm gonna rent out the front units, house hacking, right? And ultimately but I would, and with the goal to potentially either hold it or sell it after the 2 years. And as you're talking about, Shanita, definitely wouldn't want to like flip it quick, even if it appreciates super fast over the course of the 1 or 2 years. I would wait those 2 years before I move out of that property. Probably doing some renovations while I'm doing it. So yeah, you talking some gems right there. But I just wanted to add that one little extra tidbit. You can qualify for an additional primary residence if at these low interest rates. So the investment property, right, it's going to cost you anywhere from 15 to 25%. I'm in the process of buying 3 investment properties right now with 15% down. But most of the big banks, they dropped from 25 to 15 for single family resident investment properties because of the pandemic, right? But on the other side, at the same time, literally the same time, I got pre-approved for my second residence, and through Navy Federal, they will literally give me this property for no money down because it is my primary residence, or it's my secondary residence or vacation home, air quotes. So just kind of throwing that one out there. If you already own your primary residence, consider seeing what you can get pre-approved for your secondary residence. And if you live in Shreveport, maybe it's in Dallas. If you live in Dallas, maybe it's in Shreveport. But know that you've got that ability to put minimal amounts down on that second primary residence, so you can control that asset.
And guys, it's the intent. They tell you it's an intent. I didn't, buy several like this or anything, but it's the intent. As long as you have the intent to use that property as your secondary, you can turn around in 30 days and turn around and do it as rental. I didn't, but I waited for a while and then I rented it out for about 12 years. Now we turned around and it's as secondary. So you do have, you don't, if you purchase it like that, some of the banks, they start looking at it and insurance companies like, hey, why are you, you're doing this? But you can't. It's the intent for that secondary property.
I have a question. And the question is, he said that he was going to buy it for 2 years. And then after 2 years, he was going to try to, fix it up and then sell it. So my question is this: would it behoove you to do an interest-only loan? So you're going to pay less money a month since you're going to pay it and you're in the market that appreciate? Or would you do an interest loan? And tell me the reason why would you do, whichever one did you decide?
Well, honestly, I was going with what the bank offered me from a loan product perspective. I haven't explored interest only loans, outside of like, HELOCs and stuff like that. But that's something where I can learn from you, favorite mentor right there.
Hey, Mr. Rich, before you say anything, I just want to share this because we want to. I think I shared this with you guys before. I didn't have to take a interest only loan about 15 years ago on a house that cost $379,000, but the bank offered it, low interest rate. I was going to turn around and flip that house in 90 days. Well, guess what? I just sold that house last week. So it took me a minute. I ended up getting set because the market changed in 2008-9 time frame. So know what you're doing if you're going to do the interest only and arm that you can afford it. Thank the Lord, thank the Lord I was able to, my family, hold on to that property. But at the end of the day, all those years, it took a minute for me to make that money. I had to hold on to it to turn around and to do that. So I refer back to Mr. Jones, how the direction you should go in. But that's just my part. That was the only one I had. And right now today I'm sitting on 2.25, closed on 21st of December. That's the conventional 2.25. So I refer to Mr. Jones to answer that.
Wait, 2.25 interest rate?
2.25 interest rate, yes sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
510,000. My husband and I, we both. And we all the other loans and stuff like that were low interest. I didn't have any problems with credit. It's just that for this is the lowest one. I think a couple of years ago I had one at 3%, but nothing lower than that. So my goal is we're gonna hold on to this house, make the get the kids through high school, and to turn around and leave Virginia and flip, take the money that we make off of this house.
That is beautiful. That's almost free, 2%.
But the other houses now, I'm not, big rolling it like that. Other houses I have in Georgia, $34,000, $54,000, all those are HUD. I got those through straight from the bank, and I rent those out. But up here, it's really pricey. I can't get in the market up here, flipping houses, so I have to take advantage of my residents.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you do an interest only loan, at least down here in Shreveport, then as far as I know, you can only do that on the commercial side, which means you're going to be coming out of pocket with that 20% down. So, that may not be the route to go if you can get a second primary residence mortgage loan for 2.5%.
Yeah, that is lovely.
Oh, guys, that's VA. I'm sorry, VA. But VA, matter of fact, they even gave me $400 or something. It was lower than that, but it was through VA, guys. So I don't know if that's helped. Kind of 2.25.
And we're seeing those. Well, at least in Shreveport, in Louisiana, we're seeing those low interest rates between 2% and 3% out here right now, which is why the market is crazy. It's like houses are flying off the market.
So you can and I mean you have to check around, guys. You can get a house in your you can get a house in your personal name to acquire the property, and you can deed the house over to a business and have it on your personal credit. All right, because at the end of the day, you need to bet on you, right? We put money on Jordan, we put money on Nike, we put money on Under Armour, we put money on cars, we put money on everything, and you're betting on them. Now, I mean, yes, you're taking a little bit of a risk, but what Ms. Castro just told you is after 2 years, you ain't got to pay nobody else. You ain't got to pay Uncle Sam all that money. It's tax deductible.
Right.
But Brother LaCour just said, hey, I buy a house, I keep it for a little while in my vacation home or my second home, quote unquote, air quotes, right? In your personal name, you can buy it in your personal name and everything and deed it over to your business. And now just on your personal credit, that's all, right? And then after 2 or 3 years, when the tax break happened, then you can go ahead and refinance it into your business. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a tax accountant. I'm just telling you from my experience what I've done. That's it. What I've done personally. COVID-19 hit, I done bought a couple of houses as in my personal name. And then when COVID-19 did, I refinanced them into my business name because I could get a better interest rate and I ain't got to pay no down payment. All I had to do is refinance.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get up with you on that, man. I'm in the process. I'm in the process of buying 3, and that'll bring me to just 5 in my portfolio. But with that, all 5 are in my personal name, and I just said I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do the quick claim deed into my business, at this point, which has been sitting there. But any I don't know if there are any law firms or title companies that you typically use to do that. And I know you can use any, but any recommendations, I'll take them because those are my next step in the next few months.
Hey, give me a call tomorrow, man. Give me a call tomorrow. Anytime between, I don't know your time on California, but between 9 and 12, man. Anytime between 9 and 12, I'll be free that morning.
Okay. Appreciate that.
And think about this, Darren. I don't know. You say you have all 5 properties in your personal name. So you may, I guess, not get homestead exemptions after your first one, if that's the case. But you also got to think about what you're going to be paying in taxes every year when you buy that property, whether you buy it as personal and you're able to get the homestead exemption on it, or if you buy it as a business, and of course you're not, and you're going to be paying way more in taxes based on whatever you guys' property taxes are out at, you buying a property in California.
Yeah, but you know, the homestead exemption out here, it's not that pretty. It's only like 1%, which is, you know, it's nice, but you know, still probably gonna be out like anywhere between 8 and 12,000 a year on on my personal residence. I pay like $10,000 a year on it, even with the homestead exempt.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're right though. One of the properties I have, I did did it in the own name out of state. That helped out a lot, and it changed things. But I that's definitely something for future. You always got to calculate in, what is it going to look like after that homestead pulls out, making sure you're still cash flowing.
So let me ask another question. How many exemptions can you have per home? In Texas, we're going to have 1.
In Louisiana, it's only 1 too.
In California, the same thing?
Oh.
Yeah, it's the same thing. But okay. it's just so, it's so weak on the homestead to the point where, you can kind of jump it around maybe.
They want them taxes, man. They want you to pay them taxes. That's what
I'm trying to get to Texas or Florida, man, so I can kick out these state taxes at some point.
Hey, y'all, this has been an awesome night. And for real, man. Brother Holmes started talking about, first it started out with us just talking about Civic Source, just talking general talk, right? Civic Source. And then we went from that to business credit, where we started learning more about business credit and how to build your business up so that you can buy cars and houses and everything in your business name. And now I went to general conversation about, hey, how I can use my name to buy properties, get in my personal name, and then, hey, deed it over to another company. Or, hey, I get tax breaks from keeping the house for 2 years. Hey, I send my kids to college. I love them so deaf. I want to make them great, and I want to put it in my business name. I want to put it in their name while they buying a house. You're going to support them going to college and on their grades good. And then guess what? 2 or 3 years after they finish, now they got credit built up. Now they own something. And now guess what? They can move on and get a new house and rent that house out and usually help them with their first investment property out. Or you just help yourself out. If they want to move out and don't want to deal with it no more, you just take it back over and say, I'm an investor for it. Or they can sell it or deed it over to their company or your company. It's so many options. When my brain talk, when I listen to people, I think real estate. You can talk in any language you want. I hear real estate.
let me add one more thing to that. This is what I did for my kids when they was about 6 years old or 7, something like that. I can't remember what age, but I would advise if you have kids, go ahead and take them down to the bank or open an account and use their social security number on the account, and you're gonna be as a guardian as an early age, because the banking system would recognize that as being credit for them. Okay, so when they get ready to go get something, it's going to be a whole lot easier. When my son got ready to get a car, and he said he had no credit card, he had nothing. He said, "Oh, well, you've been with us 13 years." We sure think he didn't been with 13. That was me doing that. But I had his. I'm just being honest with you, because I set the account up. I kept moving money in and out of the account. If I manage the account, he don't even know nothing about the account. But the situation is, it was his credit card. His social security number, and using his social security number gave him my opportunity to build up that credit that banking credit, because the bank used a check system. The check on from bank to bank, they use the check system. So when they go in and look at that particular system, then they see, well, he's been here for a while. He's had an account for a while. He has established credit and didn't have a credit card at all. And they gave him a loan. Get the truck, get the vehicle he wanted.
Wow.
Because I did it when he didn't even know anything about it. So I recommend you guys to do that for your kids. I don't care if they're 3 years old. My granddaughter now has an account right now. She's 4. She had an account since she's been 1 year old. So if she don't know nothing about it, she don't need to know anything about it. But money's going in the account every month, and it's using her social security number. And I am the guardian over it. So I have control over it. And she has no control over anything. And neither do them my kids have control over it. I don't have control over nothing. They pull the money out. So that way, when stuff happens, when she get ready to get established, like I said, I'm gonna have a house in her name by the age of 10. She will have her own house. Okay. And I'm gonna teach her what I'm doing now. And if she wants to do it, then that's fine. If she don't, well, at least she'll have her own house. Because we have to let our kids know about what we're doing and how we're doing. So by the time they get up in age, that they'll be well trained in doing it. And they don't have to do as we did, try to stumble and block our way to try to figure out what we're doing in this financial world. Okay? That's the last thing I'm gonna say. I promise that. Okay.
No, amen.
Church.
Amen. My son is in here laying on the floor right beside me right now. I said, Junior, didn't we just have this conversation?
That's it. And I'm gonna tell you something. I took my sons with me when I was doing business deal, and they were 3 and 4 years old. They were sitting right there like he got his kids sitting on the floor. They were right in the room. They were back there playing games and doing everything else, but I wanted them in the room. And I wanted them in the room so they can hear. You think they're not paying attention, but they are paying attention to a lot of stuff that's going on. And I wanted them to see the business deals. I wanted them to see what's going on. So now that they got that business, they're older now. They have that business mindset already of some things that they want to do and try to accomplish themselves. So I don't have to go and try to teach all this stuff to them, because a lot of times they was already there in the room. When I went and did a house, I went and showed them this to the house. That's what you look at, even though they didn't want to do nothing with it, know anything about it. They didn't want to do any of that kind of stuff, but they understand it now a little bit better as they get older, because all I was doing for them is giving them exposure. So expose your kids to the same thing that you're doing. So when you leave, your legacy don't spend all the money before you get get dead in the grave. You 3 days gone in the grave and all the money spent. Okay? Because the first thing people do when they get the inheritance, I'm gonna tell you the first thing they do, vacation. Second thing they do is you'll buy a car. The third thing they do is try to buy a house. The fourth thing they do is try to pay off some bills that they ain't buying the clothes. But the first thing they're gonna do, they're gonna go out and enjoy it. That's what I'm talking about. So you have to understand the mindset of the people. So you have to train them now. This is not what you do with the money. You take the money as seed money and you plant it in soil so the seed can grow. Then as it grows, you can take some of the seed, some of the fruit from the seed and plant it again, and take some of the fruit and eat it yourself. So therefore you have a continual, what I say, a continual flow of money. Okay. And you have to understand that, and you have to think this way. You have to have a continual flow of money coming in at all times. Okay. Continual flow. This is how the wealthy get wealthy. Okay. I'm gonna use this example. They know the stock is getting ready to go down. Okay. The other day, Bitcoin went up to 60,000 points. Right now it's down to 53. Okay. When they saw Bitcoin going up from 13,000 points in December, they went put in $20,000, $100,000 in there. Once they go up to 60,000, they pull their money out. Okay, and now they play with the house money. Then when they go back up again, they put some more money in there and they play with the house money. And they continue making more and more money because they have the money to do the stuff with. So this is the same thing you do when your houses, because it's time for me to go up now and start getting apartments. And I was gonna get ready to buy a 37-unit apartment before COVID came down. And when COVID came, all the money went away. So, but you build yourself up and you have goals and stuff that you want to do. And like I say, you make sure that you teach your kids, because if something happened to you, you want to make sure that your legacy continue and not just be spent. And then have your kids to teach their kids and their kids to teach their kids, and that legacy goes on.
That's the truth. and make sure you're speaking from the grave in that trust too.
That's right. That's what I said. Speak from the grave, baby. I might be dead and gone. You might be hating me, but you have some money.
Man, look, I told my son, get about the flow. Listen to this. I said, you already heard this before, but I want you to hear it again from somebody wiser than me. I mean, look, guys, I just download Robert Kiyosaki, how to teach kids how to make money. Robert Kiyosaki got a free ebook out there that says I'll give y'all one piece of it. He said that when I was in school, I had a bike and I had a news route, a newspaper route. And I had two friends that didn't have bikes. I rented out my mom and dad bike to run two routes for them, and I ran one route. And I made money off renting my bike out when I was in school. He learned that early how money make money.
That's
multiply
it.
Yourself. Multiply who you are. This whole meeting right now, y'all stayed on this long because it's some good gems. Our goal is to multiply you. We want to teach you us. And hopefully we build a relationship so good that you keep on using us. We don't want you to break off. We want to keep growing. I had a brother on the call earlier tonight. I told him straight up, bro, look, this is the deal. Let me help you get started. I get paid once we close a deal. If you like the relationship that I provided, we keep going as a relationship. If not, you learn everything I taught you. You take off and do it by yourself. I taught you everything. I just got paid one time. But if the relationship works, I don't want to keep getting paid by myself. Let's partnership. Let's make a new entity in our name, and let's keep doing business. That's it. I'm not trying to get rich off you. I'm trying to help you get where you're going. And I want to help me get where I'm going. I just had my first customer pay me for a consultant. I'm going to give everybody now an hour, 1 hour free of consulting. After that, you got to pay me an hour. But guess what? After you learn from me and teach me, let's partner up on a deal. I don't want your money and guess what? Every dime I make off of consulting, I'm going to use that for my marketing campaign. Because I want to help more people get started. Guys, we got to start somewhere, right? I appreciate it, sir. I mean, my son, I made him give out the floor. He came in here sitting down, laying beside me. I said, bro, sit up. Let me turn my video on so you can hear this straightforward. Guys, if you're not trying to make the next man better, what are you doing? What are you doing? My goal is nothing else. That's it. I want to make whoever in my circle better. If I make them better, I become better. And if I keep becoming better, I want to keep making more people better. And the most people that I can make better, then guess what we're doing now? We changing the freaking world and we're not complaining about it. We're not saying we're waiting on FEMA. We're not waiting on Biden or Trump or anybody else. We dictating our future. I get tired of folks. I mean, right now, Shreveport going through hell right now. And when somebody say, well, man, we need to call FEMA now. Bro, what? What? You should have had money saved. You should have had your own generator. You should have had all this stuff ready. You should have had enough food in another refrigerator or freezer outside, not saying you need to depend on somebody else to help you out of this situation. I just don't believe in blaming nobody else for my circumstance. Stuff happen every day. And I'm so glad. Look at how many folks on this call. DJ was on this call first. Me and Holmes, and then a couple of brothers already texted me saying it's more informative. We still on this call because we find value in you guys. I know I'm all over the place. I'm just overjoyed. I'm just happy, man. I thank y'all for y'all time. I thank y'all for y'all love. I thank y'all for providing the information you're providing. I know DJ got next week. But if you wanna give a lecture or class, teach somebody from your experience, Brother LaCour, when you ready, when we talk tomorrow about the banks in your situation, bro, we'll talk. And if you want to give a class on your situation, let us know. Anybody, just reach out to me, send me an email, text message, or whatever. I'll schedule you. I think I got we got Joe teaching next week. And then I got a special guest coming in to teach you all about a different way to make money through digital licenses. All right, they're gonna come the next week after that. And then I may teach the week after that, and then we'll get somebody else to teach. So if you're interested in teaching something or talking or sharing your experience, let us know, Brother Holmes. Man, thank you, man. This has been inspirational. It's been thought-provoking. I mean, this show that you don't got to take a PowerPoint to teach.
Man, the pleasure was all mine, brother.
You don't got to take a PowerPoint, man. This started just conversation and sharing your knowledge made us stay on this call. It's almost 11:40 over here. 3 hours. 3 hours just for conversation. People got on late because Shanita got on late and said, man, I still learned a lot. So, man, thank y'all. Man, look, I ain't going to hold y'all all night because this is 11:40. My son up past his bedtime. I got to go read him a bed story or something. Look, thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. Look, Tamika, thank you for coming on. Brother Abraham, I know you got on late. I know you got class. I need you to call me tomorrow. I need to call you tomorrow because I got M200. Brother SL, thank you for that email that you sent to me because I did use it and take advantage of that course of action problem statement for the military. Jamila, you ain't saying nothing tonight. I know you're listening and I know you're over there rocking your son and telling him a bed story at the same time.
Yep, I'm here.
Tremaine over here talking about my head, the Philadelphia Eagles, but I ain't no Philadelphia. It's an eagle, bro. I like eagles. That's all I like is eagles. HK, I can't think of who you are, but man, thank you for being on and sharing and staying on this long. I don't know if you sleep or not, but you ain't said nothing. Talk to me.
Nah, I'm over here working. My name is Marvin. So no, I really enjoyed this session. It was really informative. I'm really interested in getting into the wholesaling, honestly, and the investing. Because my strategy will be to do the long term. I think that's really where the money is, and I think that will help build the portfolio. I was in my brother-in-law Joseph Cordell had told me about this.
Yeah, he told me about you this weekend, brother. Okay. So did you get the email or you just got the text message?
So I got the email.
Okay, so you got a bot emailing me back saying something about I ain't know about spamming you or not, but I went ahead and text you at the same time. Look, tomorrow or Wednesday, you got my personal phone number. I just text you tonight as well, right?
Yes.
So whenever you're ready, man, when you got free time, just call me. Let's talk. Let's go over some things. You're a real estate agent in the Virginia area, correct?
Yes, that's correct. I'm over here on Andrews.
All right, awesome, brother. Let's talk tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. I got a couple things going on this weekend, but between now and Thursday, let's get together. Let's squash out some things and wash out some things. Let's talk about some things, and let's see how we can make business happen up here in this area, man. Thank you, man, so much for getting on.
I appreciate you.
Tremaine, man, you talk about my head. What's up, Tremaine? What's up? He over there asleep.
Nah, my bad, man. Nah, man, I was just giving you some, just a little bit of business that Eagles hat you got on. That's all.
You in Philadelphia?
No, I'm in San Antonio, which I live up the street from Joe. So.
Oh, you got that money then. If you step the street from Uncle Joe, you
got
money.
Nah, we in the hood over here. That's what we are. Nah, we in the hood for real.
Well, look, Tremaine, you got my phone number?
I don't. But you can shoot it to me. I guess I'm in the thread. And I'd like to be able to talk to Mr. Stephen Jones some more too, because that man was like dropping some serious knowledge today.
Man, that's my mentor. He been around a long time. He know my daddy. No, I know my daddy. He don't know my daddy, but he know my daddy.
Well, I tell you what, LT asked me to come teach a class, and one day I'm going to do it within the next 30 days to 6 weeks. I'm gonna teach the class, and I'm gonna be throwing out hopefully throwing out some more nuggets and things that you can do, because there's a lot of things that we don't know that we should know, but we don't know. But if you're going to do business, as I said, in business, be a man. I mean, there's a lot of things to do to be a man or a woman. Okay, let's put it that way. So, but you're gonna have to stand up and do business like business is supposed to be done, and that's more thing to business than just selling a product, okay, and making a profit. Because you got to look at the whole aspect of the business from the beginning to the end, the time that you come into business until the time that you depart. What is your date that you leaving? You know what I mean? I'm retiring this particular date, so you got to look at it all. So I'll be doing something. I'm a credit card guy myself. I do. I'm not a credit card repairer. I don't do that, but I can talk credit. I do a lot of my credit cards, and when I do come, I'm gonna bring a portion of it on talking about how you can get cards without getting hard inquiries, and also getting business credit without getting hard inquiries. So I know a little step on that. So I'm gonna bring a couple of examples to do that too. So, but hopefully in the next 30 days to 6 weeks, I do. I got
no, ain't no hopefully. Right, ain't no sir. First of all, you taught me well. March 15th is your day.
March 15th.
March 15th. I already wrote it down.
March 15th. March 15th. Okay, I'll write this down. Give me about 2 weeks.
March 15th.
3 weeks. March 15th. Okay.
Yeah, March 15th. Hey, you taught me well. You say put it on paper, right? What the Bible say? Write a plan and make it clear.
Make it plain. That's right.
Make it plain. Okay.
That's all right.
Don't add that, take away from the word too. I just added to it. Nah. Thank y'all for real. DJ, what you got for us tonight, bro?
Hey man, just being a sponge, man. I'm woke over here, sponging it up.
Man, look at you up late, man. Them babies ain't got you down there reading a story. Did you read a story while you was on this call?
Man, I got systems over here, man. Them kids, they been knocked out. I'm waiting to get up in the morning and run. You know how I go.
Gotcha, man. And that's real big, man. For you to be on this call this late at night and knowing you got to go on a run with that 18-wheeler, man, that's what's up. And you know what? You know you're going to have to teach a class on the 18-wheeler, all right? I'm going to make it, man, I'm going to make it real estate related.
Hey, I'm talking about 5K, but yeah, I got you one day. You know it.
Look.
Running is what I do.
All right, well, look, I'm gonna stand by. I'm waiting for you to comment on that one because I know you got so much going on, but we still pushing forward with that foreclosure deal, guys. I'm gonna just throw this out there. Y'all only call this late. Myself, DJ, and Joe, we bought into some system about foreclosure. And we're looking into it. Right now, we all know that a lot of people have lost their jobs and they have houses and they're not going to be able to afford those houses, or they're not affording those houses because they done picked up a side job or what have you, and they're not paying their mortgage like they should. And because of the COVID-19, they're getting extended time, but that's not going to happen for them. So a lot of these houses are going in pre-foreclosure. So we all invested into a program so that we can be ready, and we're studying. If you want in on this, holler at us so we can get you in on the information. It's kind of like this. I go to your house and I want to do a deal with you based off of I want to buy your house for me as a rental. However, your situation is different than everybody else's situation. So maybe I need to handle you a little bit different than I handle everybody else. I got a tool in my toolbox to handle your personal situation. And that's what this foreclosure deal is. A tool for someone that you may not want to acquire the property, but you want to still make money, like $3,000 to $10,000 per deal. Was that a good introduction to that, DJ?
Hey, you was spot on. You was spot on. I'm about to give my elevator speech.
Sold me on it.
Sound good, LT.
And that's why we all hit into it. And I already told a couple people about it. And I'm trying to get somebody, honestly, I promise you this. I'm trying to find somebody that really want to get in to win and run it. I mean, you know, right now I'm trying to still build our program up with someone else. I want to bring somebody else in that's saying that, you know what, this is a no-brainer. I want to run with it because LT got House in the Hood, DJ got a trucking company, Joe got houses in Puerto Rico, Airbnb in Puerto Rico. He got reflipping the houses over here. So we all got something already going. But guess what? We got a new person come in that says, this could be my avenue to make a lot of money. Guess what? I'm gonna come on, join the crew. You run that lane, learn what's going on. We can be the talkers to get you the confidence up. And once your confidence up, we all making money. We all making money.
I can tell you right now from experience, because I've done a whole lot of things, you know I have. And I've done some of that, what you're talking about. My fee is much higher than what the list fee you're talking about. But anyway, but I wanted to save people homes. I charge 15 grand to do that. But I allow them to stay in their home if they want to keep their home. But they have to pay me the money the way you do it that way. So it's ways you can do it. I have another friend of mine I want to bring on. He has a business that does that, and he have clients already. So if anybody want to get interested in that business, I would call him and allow him to come in on one Monday night and teach what he does. And I think you guys would like that because when the foreclosure market is going to hit, it's going to be like a dam bursting, and it's going to be people running all over the place trying to keep their homes. And my goal was not to allow people to keep their home. It's possible. Okay, as long as they got to have some equity in that house, so because we got to get paid. Okay, but that's one of the things they're doing. But the foreclosure market is going to be a great market to get into very shortly because if people have equity in their homes, some of the people don't know what to do or how to do, and you can get up anywhere from 50 to even more. Even if you only get $25,000 worth of equity, and you only pay $5,000 to catch them up, it's still a win-win situation for you. So it just depends on how you do it. And LT, I got my hands tied right now, so I would love to do that particular program for you. But later on down the line, we'll get together and we'll do something. We don't know what it is yet.
But look, let me take that. Let me pick it back off there real quick. Let me show y'all what just happened. I just told you, I introduced y'all a tool. See, he don't know about it. I ain't told him about this yet. But I just introduced you a tool and a toolbox. Now, what Colonel Jones just said was, hey, I got a way to make real money, big money. So you see how you got tools out of tools after tools? So Colonel Thomas, watch this. I mean, not Thomas out, man. I'm talking about real boss now. But sir, check this out. The bank pay you. Not the client. The bank pay you for this. So that's why I say it's a tool. So check this out, y'all. He just told you how to keep the person in the house, save their face sake, save their pride. They keep their property. He allowed them to stay there, and he make more money by allowing them to stay there. And the tool that I just told you about, this is the person want to walk away. They just want to save a little bit of their credit, not their dignity, their credit. They don't want to file bankruptcy. And guess what the bank don't want to do? The bank don't want no foreclosure.
They don't want no house.
They don't want no foreclosure. So the bank saying, okay, this person want to walk away. You talk to them, and you can give me the deed to this house. It's called deed for cash. Yes, I can get you the deed for this house. I already got the paperwork for it. Oh, really? Well, then I get 10 grand for just transferring the deed to that person. I do 5 of them. I got a down payment on another house. Or I can buy a house cash.
That's it.
If I don't do that, then I can use Colonel Jones. Hey, you want to stay in this house? Oh, no problem. You can stay in this house. I'm gonna put the money forward to pay for your house to stay in here. I'm gonna do a loan modification. I'm gonna talk to all the loss mitigation. You gonna give me a POA, a power attorney to speak on your behalf. And then I'm gonna pay everything up front, and you're gonna deed the house to me. And I'm gonna allow you to stay here. And if you don't pay me rent,
see, you don't want to be here.
And I got the house.
That's my house.
That's it. So you don't want to be. That's all what it is. And especially if the house has equity in it, and you're in a pretty decent neighborhood. So if you got a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house with 2-car garage and a decent neighborhood, I mean, $150,000 to $200,000. Like I said, you can do the bed and breakfast, or you can do the Airbnb, or you can do the rental, or you can put it and set it out right. You just have to have strategies of how you want to be able to do things. That's all.
Y'all see how we laid it out?
And again, don't look at one particular area. Look at all of it. So when you strategize, what is it going to be if I stay if I rent the house out? How much money I can make, what the taxes going to be, what the repairs going to be, what the note is going to be, how much I'm going to make. Now, if I do Airbnb, how can I rent this house out? If I go ahead and do set it out right, then how much money I'm going to be able to make out the house? I'm going to sell it myself. I'm going to get a real estate to sell it, a real estate agent to sell it. You need to go through all the scenarios, and then you can find out which one may be better for you pertaining to what area that you are in.
Guys, I mean, that was a lot of gems right there. So look, guys, I ain't gonna hold y'all much, man. It's going on 3 hours for sure. Look, thank y'all for tonight. It's been an awesome night. I know that this on YouTube Live. I mean, folks gonna be like, 3 hours, really? But it's 3 hours of straight knowledge, 3 hours of straight love, 3 hours of us giving out power, giving out energy, giving out positive vibes. 3 hours of changing people's lives. And then somebody put on there, sir, you should have your own podcast. Yeah, you're going to be featured on my podcast right now.
I'm working on it anyway.
I know, right? With Zoom, you can actually limit people's name to just a podcast. I mean, just a vocal part. And I promise you guys, I'm learning. I'm in here. I'm in school with the military. I'm writing your number down, Tremaine. And I'm in here trying to get this stuff off the road, man, so that, look, we all could keep winning and we growing, man, because at the end of the day, the more information out there on a supermarket, which is called the information lane, you know what, you don't know who's going to click on your stuff and say that, you know what, this made a difference in my life tonight.
Thanks.
And when they say that, it only take the one right person to hear your story and they blow you up. Look at the girl that put gorilla glue in her head. It took one person to hear that story and says, we're gonna make you a celebrity and we're gonna blow this up and we're gonna volunteer to do your hair so that I can build my reputation off of your head.
That's it.
And she get fame for being the stupidest person in the world. And then everybody else get the fame for saying, I fixed that.
No, I helped the stupidest person in the world. How about that?
She knew better, man.
Just a joke, guys. Just a joke. Just a joke. But still in all, sometimes when they do things like that, it is because of publicity. Even though they're doing a great deed, you always want to do great deeds, because then your great deed that you're doing sometimes get you to a point where it puts you out in the public, and the public can see that you're doing something that is well, and they'll cling to you and boost you up like a rocket. Now, I guarantee his business have skyrocketed since he got this super glue out this girl had. Now, it ain't like that he wasn't doing good already, but he's doing better now.
Oh, yeah.
The more you help others, the more you elevate. And all he did was help. He volunteered to help this situation and came up with a solution to a problem. Sir, what you told me? As an officer, what you are, a problem solver.
You're a problem solver. That's it.
As long as you got solutions for the problem, you're gonna keep on moving. Guys, Holmes, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna let you close it out tonight because it was your night. I had to come out video on it because my son came in and Lieutenant Colonel Jones was dropping wisdom, gems, and diamonds and pearls. And I said, bro, you gotta get out the flow and listen. I want y'all to see my baby. You know what I'm saying? So look, I'm gonna shut up, man. I'm gonna let you close it out because the night was about your night. And because of you, we was able to get Lieutenant Colonel Jones to give us so much information that is ridiculous. And your information was ridiculous. So man, it's been a pleasure. I love you. I appreciate you. My brother, my cousin, my dude from anybody else, man. This is my dude right here, y'all. So I'm going to turn my mic off. I'm gonna turn my video off, and I'm gonna let you close us out, bro.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. Once again, man, offering up the platform and just spreading the love and giving it out to everybody. Because, like you said, it was something that you all said about helping others, man. If you help other people, man, it comes back your way, and it might not come back from the person that you dealing with, but it'll come back from somebody else. But that's the thing, we have to teach one another to, if they're interested, because I know, we have conversations all the time that people don't come back with the information that you gave them, but that's all right. But either way, man, it's been a good informative meeting tonight, man, and I just want to say thank you again, and all y'all, man. Y'all be blessed, and I'm finna go cuddle up with my baby and lay it down.
I appreciate you.
Already. All right.
Yeah, well, good night.
Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
No problem. No problem.
Good one. Thank y'all.
Appreciate you all.
Good night, everyone. Take care.